Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Dungeons & Dragons. We're playing some Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. We are the Digital Dragons, and I'm joined here by some lovely people, and also some players. So first of all, we have got Elora.
Hi, I am Trips, or Trips Starlick in the chat, and I'm playing Elora.
We have got Irilyssa.
Nope,
You
no,
are
we
muted.
don't.
Hold please. Nope.
Nope.
No, this working. There we go. Hello. I am Rard, aka Evil by Moonlight in the chat, and I will be playing Irilyssa tonight.
We have got Zagrax.
Hello, I am Zach, or Warbird in chat, and I shall be playing Zagrax.
We have got Tahko.
Hello, I am Highwind, and I shall be playing Tahko Mood Killer.
And we got Vulwin.
Hello, I'm Ethan, or Chaos Gemini in chat, and I'll be playing Vulwin or Gargar, the Firbolg Ranger.
And I am Mordred, and I am filling in as the Dungeon Master at the moment. I don't know why I said filling in, because I'm always the DM, but I'm the DM! Yeah. Definitely not a clone.
A doppelganger.
Is this a mimic? Yeah.
Subtle. Very subtle, Mordred clone. I'll let that one slide.
Sorry, what?
We make a group insight check.
Roll it.
I think we all passed.
So who would like to give a rundown of what happened last session? Something definitely seems off. That was a crit as well. Nice.
Right?
What?
Well, since you happened to crit, maybe you remember everything that happened.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I volunteer.
That's too much for a critical success to help solve there.
Yeah, no, that's a good joke. Okay,
Now
last
Highwind
time.
needs this.
Let's see. Last time we chased after the blimp and got into town, and then I wanted to go up the blimp, and then I fired off a shot, and then that's where we left off.
No.
That actually covers everything.
Perfect.
We talked
Beautiful.
to Duvesa, and we talked to. We found out the name of the beggar, Beldora.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Belladonna.
Beldora. We found out that the airship was brought in likely by the speaker of Targas as a show of power. We don't know because we're on there now. We'll see. We workshopped talking points for Irilyssa and her stance of becoming the new head speaker, and we found out about a few other things. Like there's a group of people called the Arcane Brotherhood, and we don't know why they're here. And does anybody else remember anything?
We've been, I guess, requested to go deal with stuff in Lonelywood, and
Right.
theoretically
We're
could get
paid.
paid for it.
Yeah, we're going to be paid.
All right.
I guess.
To the Arcane Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff in
We haven't learned
Lonelywood.
about that.
So as we restart the session today, you guys are currently in the basket, which is ascending into the sky, moving up towards the airship, which looms above you, growing larger and larger as you approach it. You see that it is a wooden structure, much like the hull of a ship, though not rounded at the base, it's more squared off. It does have two brackets that jut out from the sides, with what look to be large blue crystals cradled in a sconce at the end of those two brackets, and then the basket's kind of bringing you up just behind, just in front of one of those large wings. And as you approach and get a bit closer, you can feel the hairs at the back of your neck starting to rise, and this ominous hum crackles in your ears as you get closer. And as the basket continues to rise, you see a face looking out over the edge, looking down at you. It is a tiefling. You can see that the horns rise up around the forehead and then disappear off into the back somewhere. Takes a moment to look down at you and then disappears.
Is it the same tiefling from Max Eldanar's bodyguard?
It is indeed Scarth, yes.
Ha!
Hmm.
Oh, we really didn't think this. We don't have an exit plan or anything.
Well, there's an easy exit plan. I look down off the basket.
One
Well,
that
I
doesn't
don't know.
involve high chances of dying would be a preferable.
I mean, this is an invitation, right? We don't really need an exit plan. We can just, take this back down. I'm sure that's not a problem.
I mean, as many times as we've fallen, I'm surprised no one has prepared any magic for just such an occasion.
I haven't fallen that much.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Well, we'll deal with it when we're
falling.
there.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's falling and then there's falling.
Yeah. Well, we've done our fair share of both.
What's the difference?
The basket
Well, you're alive
eventually
after one.
makes its way up to the side of the gunwales, and you can look out over the deck, and at the moment it does seem to be deserted. The basket clicks into position, the crane looming over you, holding the basket in place.
All right. Is there like a place where we can step out onto the ship?
There does seem to be a bit of a step out, yes, and there is a little catch on the basket which you opened when you got in, so you can just undo the catch, and as you do, the door swings outwards, and you see that there is in fact a gnome standing at the gunwale looking up at you guys. He's wearing a tricorn hat, he's got little epaulets on his shoulders, looks like a bit of a dress uniform, and through the belt at his front is a stick of some kind thrust at an angle through it. A wooden haft with a metal tube sticking out the other end.
Hello, little man. Permission to come aboard?
I am Capitan Pez. What are you doing here?
We're visiting. Here, we brought gifts, and I'll offer him the wine.
He takes the wine from you, holds it up to the light, kind of swirls it around a little bit. Yeah, this is acceptable. What is it you want from here?
Simply to welcome you up north to the Icewind Dale.
It is not unusual for us to be so far north. Usually we actually go further.
Ah, but it's unusual for you to visit this town, isn't it?
Yeah, this is true, though it is not very much of a visit, and you can kind of see that he's like trying to look over the side of the deck, and it's just too tall for him.
Well, welcome nevertheless.
So I have told you who I am. Who are you before I let you on my ship?
I am Tahko Moodkiller of the Dawnbringers.
It is.
Yes, we're all the Dawnbringers.
You are collectively the Dawnbringers.
Yes.
Do you have individual names, or is this simply how you are known?
Well, he's Tahko, and I'm Elora.
Irilyssa.
Yeah, usually I'm just known as Vulwin.
You notice something other? Zagrax.
It is a pleasure. Now, please come aboard. And with that, he kind of steps aside, allowing you entry to the ship proper. And as he does so, you hear footsteps coming up from the end of the deck, and a door swings open, and framed by the doorway you now see Nerth Maxildanar stepping forwards, the speaker of Targos. Ah, I believe that they are here to see me, Captain Pez.
Well, I mean, I'd love to talk to Captain Pez as well.
One little boop, and Captain Pez is gone, and we have a new ship.
No,
I lean over to Zagrax.
and then we're enemies of the state.
Whose state?
The Sword Coast.
Only if they find out.
Despite my small
No.
size, I think you will find I am very difficult to kick.
I don't intend to. I'm just talking out of character.
I guessed, but I had to answer.
Oh, by all means,
It's
go
too
on.
good not to.
Oh no.
Yeah, I lean over to Zagrax like, were we here to talk to him?
I mean, I don't know. Actually, Tahko just kind of was like, "You want to go up?"
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I thought he had a plan or something. Thought he was invited.
Why would we think he had a plan?
Or an invitation. Is there someplace quieter we could talk?
Yes, of course. If you'll follow me, we can go to the staterooms. And with that,
Sure.
Maxwell Danar turns around and disappears into the darkness of the back bit, the stern of the ship.
And I'll follow after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you follow after, and you do eventually go through another doorway, which leads into a chamber which seems to be just under the captain's stateroom. So above you, there's a little stairway that goes up, which would probably lead to the captain, and then you're in the main guest room. So it's a pretty well dressed up chamber, as if this ship is used to ferrying personages of some reputation and prestige. And Maxwell Danar makes his way into the room, rounds what looks like a large desk, or doesn't look like it is a large desk, and then takes a seat and offers a couple of seats to you all as you enter. Please, do make yourselves comfortable.
All right, I do so.
Mm-hmm.
And as you enter, you note that Scarth has appeared from behind you guys and is kind of entering right behind you, and then he just shuts the door behind him and just leans against the doorway, looking over you all. So, welcome to the Stormlight. Quite the little surprise we had arranged, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't call it little. Rather large vessel.
Yeah, you knew about this, Tahko?
No, not at all.
I must express my gratitude to you, in fact, Tahko. This was actually your idea. After we spoke in Targos about our options going forwards and the potential loss of life should we continue along traditional thinking, I remembered an old friend that I had and got in touch.
I see. People are of course wary. They don't know the intent of this vessel, especially given the political climate going on right now.
Indeed, it was quite the astute move of Duvesa to step aside before the vote of no confidence. I hadn't quite expected that from her. I thought she would fight her ground, but she hasn't.
From what I understand, she expects to possibly still win, but that her original position didn't allow her to perform as well as she had wished to.
It is true. We are
Right.
certainly wrapped up in traditions of what exactly a chief speaker can do, and this may well be an adequate platform to change the structure of the governance of the 10 towns.
Well, it is quite a platform, I say as I look about the ship.
It
So
certainly
this
allows
isn't
me
looking
a good view.
So aside from a grand entrance and avoiding the inn, what does this vessel serve you?
It is... how would we describe that? A jack up my sleeve? You'll find out during the meeting.
Oh.
I see. But if they're not normally up here, I don't know how much could they help since they don't know the area.
Oh, but they do. The Stormlight makes a relatively irregular journey from Luskan to Revel's End, which is a prison to the north of here. Usually it carries prisoners, but this time we have acquired its services for other ends.
I see. Other end.
I must admit, a little surprised that Duvesa didn't consider this herself. She does have connections to the Lord's Alliance, and this would very much be within her purview. I guess she just didn't think of it.
I'm not quite sure why she would. I still don't see the ends here. The ship transfers prisoners. Are they suddenly done with that task, or will they be going back to that after this meeting?
That is up to Captain Pez to know. I don't concern myself with such business. So now that you've actually, I take it, spoken to Devesa, what are your feelings towards her? I'm curious.
She seems all right.
Right. She seems like, she's doing what she can, and she likes to take action to help the people, but she feels that the current status of the head speaker is not enough to do enough. And she welcomes the election, so change can be made.
Well, she may well be right in that. As I said, one of the hopes that I have, even if I am not elected, that we see changes at the top, which will benefit the whole of the 10 towns. That is the ultimate outcome
Right.
that I desire.
Indeed.
Site check him.
Go for it.
I'll send this to you.
I mean, none of us are him.
We don't know. Irilyssa might figure out something and relay something that's not right to us. We don't know.
Sure.
Yup. We all know that of all people in this party to relate bad information, it's going to be Irilyssa. Yep.
Yep. Totally. Yep.
100%.
Okay. Give me just a second.
There's some interesting information going on.
Yeah, something's getting exchanged.
Right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You can tell that he was
Keeping
unhappy
secrets
with
from
his
chat.
breakfast that morning.
Keeping
He
secrets
seems
from
really
me,
disturbed
too.
by it.
So you want to help the towns, and it's not interested in the prestige of being the chief speaker.
Prestige has never been my interest. It's much easier to do business when people don't expect you to be the top dog, I find.
Well, you're certainly on top right now.
Right.
On top of the world. It's too bad that things are still so dark, though. I do wonder what the true views from this place would be.
Right. It would be great if we could clear this thing. Shall I gesture towards the window, if there's any?
Yeah, I agree with that. Once you get your head out of the clouds, maybe we'll be able to see stuff.
I do wonder what we would find if we rose too far up.
Yes, can this vessel reach the moon, do you think?
Ease.
The moon?
I'm not sure it's ever been tried.
Well, we have, 3 days before the...
I'm not quite sure that we should gamble the security of Icewind Dale on a whim to visit the heavens.
On a more serious note, what are your plans for if you should win this election? What would be your plans going forward for the 9 towns?
10 towns.
We'll
10
still
towns.
consider them the 10 towns. It would very much be my intention to see Bremen rebuilt. It's been razed once before, rebuilt, stronger than ever. I'm sure that will happen again. As for what I actually wish to see happen in the 10 towns, obviously all of the threats against the towns I wish to see overcome. The eternal winter is the crux of all of the problems that face us, and it is a problem which I
Right.
suspect is not yet attainable. But if we at least secure ourselves in our position here, that will put us in a better position so we're not simply struggling to survive. to face off against the more existential threat. The attacks against Easthaven worry me, because I don't think that that's going to be the last of them.
Well, if there's any more attacks, I don't think there'll be much to worry about left in that town. There hardly is now.
And I heard there are goblins there now.
Yes, I had heard that as well, but from my understanding, Kelvin's company seem to be keeping good defenses up.
That's true. They're reliable.
They are.
Plus, we also have whatever it was that attacked Bremen. Have you been able to find anything else out about that?
Not so much. There was the bursts of light, blue light, that seemed to freeze everything in the way, and then of course the sea monster. I have a couple of plans about that one, but we'll keep that one until the speeches at the council meeting.
And who will
Sea creature?
Who will be speaking for Bremen at this council?
That would be the new speaker, one Goliath, known as he scrolls up through his notes. Kyokin. Yes, quite the interesting fellow. He worked as a hunter and was one of the few who was able to survive the crossing across the river to Targos, and in fact he made that crossing several times. Quite the hero from what I understand.
Wow.
Friend of yours, maybe?
Yeah. Rivers are dangerous.
He certainly appreciates what Targos has done for he and his people since the disaster struck their town. But we are here to assist, of course.
Of course.
Right.
By any means necessary.
Speaking of means, yes, I do believe I have something for you. And with that, he kind of opens a couple of drawers and then pulls out a bag and places it on the table. I understand that payment is due fairly soon, and seeing as we are here right now, might as well make good to that.
Excellent. Thank you.
For
I've
what?
totally forgotten how much it was, but there is a bag which doesn't actually, like, if you pick it up, doesn't clink with metallic sounds. It instead feels like a bag full of stones.
I'll take a peek inside.
A number of
You make a
gems
bad
of different types, up to the value which you had agreed.
Gems. Interesting. Much easier to transport, I see.
Yes.
Wait, what is...
Well, thank you. It's payment for loan of the cauldron.
Oh, okay. I understand. I thought I was very confused, but okay.
So
Well,
is there anything else I can help you with while you are here visiting?
Oh, a tour. I'd love a tour.
I'd
He
also
does
like to hear
have
more
a.
about that.
He has a thing for flying.
Scarth, could you go and get the captain for us? I'm sure that he would be happy to show the vessel off to our guests. And with that, the tiefling turns and disappears through the door.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Can you tell me anything more about that creature you were talking about?
right.
First I've heard of that, actually.
Yes, the sea monster. So when the people of Bremen were fleeing across the river, getting away from the blue lights, which were causing such havoc, something came up from underneath in the water and started eating. Feasting, one could even say, on those who were trying to cross. I don't know very much more about it other than it was a monster from the sea. With great big teeth.
Yeah, sounds like a tall tale. Actually, have I ever heard any tales, fisherman tales about anything like this?
Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
It'd be quite the lunker to bring in.
Yeah, if they did. Oh. All right, so nature check. 18.
Get notes. Not specifically, though there are always stories of various sea creatures that come from below, usually meant to scare fishermen They're a very, very superstitious bunch, and if vessels go missing while they're out, very often that's attributed to the monster of the lake.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a very
So-
real and verified monster of the lake now.
Yeah,
I
with,
thought those were just stories.
yeah, with talking with some of the survivors, they are very traumatized by what they went through, and having seen some of the things we've seen, to reach that level of fear, they had to have seen something of great terror.
Absolutely. I can't really imagine the trials that they have gone through. I've, of course, spoken to the people at length about what occurred to them, and those wishing to speak all had the same story. Blue lights freezing people solid as they ran. And then once they got clear of the lights and crossing the river, this monster came up from below. Very, very few made the crossing.
Beset on all sides.
We are under siege almost.
We're at war, and we don't even know it.
And it would certainly pay dividends to know who our enemies were.
Oral, for sure.
Oh, absolutely, but I imagine that there is more than just Oral. Oral, of course, comes with the divine anger of the eternal winter, but everything that's happening within, the Durgar attacks against Easthaven, the sea creature attacking Rime.
Well, we can say from some certainty that that's the work of, starts with an A.
Asmodeus.
Yes, Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
Yeah, I've heard that from a very terrifying source.
Forgive my ignorance, but who or what is Asmodeus?
Irilyssa?
Wait, you don't know who it is, even though you mentioned it, Tahko?
Well,
Oh, Taco's just tired of talking.
This
How much
is
does-
Irilyssa's specialty.
How much does Irilyssa actually know about Asmodeus?
What did you roll when we asked before? I have a feeling,
I
I have
don't
a
think it
feeling
was
you
high.
guys rolled pretty
I-
well, so you know he's like the Lord of the Hells, you know that he's the
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
bad of hell. He's a
Yeah.
devil
Yeah.
as opposed to a demon.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He
true,
likes
yeah.
Making
Yeah,
contracts.
big angry demon.
And you're the
Devil.
fangirl of the person that informed us, so I figured.
No,
That's-
that's what Vulwin says. He may not realize the devil demon difference.
Gotcha.
But yes. He enjoys making contracts. And we believe
Sounds
that
boring.
the Duragar are working with him as he's under some kind of guise of Oral. Or something to that nature. We're not sure.
Well, disguising yourself as another enemy is certainly wise if you're trying to keep your own interference hidden.
Right.
But we can't figure out why the Duragar would want to work with Oral.
I've been wondering that myself, and I suspect it's simply they come from underground, and the surface has always terrified them because of that great big orb of burning fire in the sky. That has since been removed. The surface is rather more appealing to them now.
Yes, but we've met an aspect of Oral, and she was very adamant at freezing the world, the earth, the lands, to create a garden that never changes.
I see. So the threat against us really is more than just darkness. She means to strangle life itself from the region.
Beset
Right.
on all sides.
Yeah, I mean the way she said it was eternal life, but that doesn't really sound like eternal life to me.
No.
Eternal, yes.
Life, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. And do you have any suggestions on how we can fight back?
We've been working on it.
Right.
We have an ally who's looked into using the Schwinga to manipulate the cold.
Oh yes, Danica, of course.
Yes, Danica.
Yes, and we've also looked into a mystical means of forcing daylight back into the world. But that has met with limitations.
Yes, I see. I mean, magical weapons would, of course, be an option. If only there were some high-level wizards who might be able to assist in that in the region.
Well, I don't know if the weapons will do much for the cold.
It seems like there might be, though, right?
Oh yes.
Because I was told that there's people named a group called the Arcane Brotherhood. I don't know where they are, but I heard that they're wizards, a group of wizards.
It is a name I'm familiar with. The wizard, whose name I've now forgotten, who was burned for his crimes in Easthaven, I believe, was a member.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh, we saw him.
We saw him
Yes.
burning.
He was no
Yes.
longer alive, but yeah,
Oh, he was definitely alive at the time,
not,
but not
for
for
long.
long.
I see. That's interesting.
Well, if he was that good a wizard, I'm surprised the fire would hurt him.
Maybe it was an illusion. Wizards do that. They like doing that.
Mm.
Be a very skilled wizard to do something like that.
Well, that's what we're looking for.
And with that, the door opens again. Scarth steps forwards, and in his shadow, Captain Pez. Yeah, you wish to see me? What is up?
We
That's his
are.
up.
It's
Oh
just
gosh,
a little bit
Tahko.
of airship humor.
Our friend Tahko would love a tour of your ship.
Please.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
really
there
wants
are-
to fly.
There are a few things that I am not permitted to show you, as you are simply civilians. But for the most of it, of course, be a pleasure. It is rare that we see visitors here. Before you go, Pez, is that fellow Vailish still at the prison? Vailish Gant. Yeah, I believe so. He is still there. And then Maxil Danar kind of nods to himself, then looks directly at you guys like, I do believe that was a member of the Arcane Brotherhood.
I see.
Are they all inclined towards breaking the law?
I understand it is an organization where ambition is allowed to run rife.
Yeah, that's what Danica said.
My own dealings with them, though, are limited. I just know that Duvesa has had a history with Vailish.
Was it Taco's sister that told us that they were? How
They
did we
were
get
what?
that? How did we get the connection
Danica.
between?
Danica told me.
Oh, it's Danica.
Okay.
It's Danica.
Mind slug.
Mind
Right.
slugs.
Okay.
Via mind slug.
The
That's
fact
all.
that makes sense
Oh,
is
boy.
just glorious.
It's such a Futurama sounding communication.
What's
So-
on your mind, slugs?
So, if you are done talking here, you want to see the boat, the ship?
Yes, please.
Okay,
I'll turn to the speaker. It's a pleasure as always.
indeed. It is always a pleasure.
Yes,
Until
thank
next
you for
time.
your time.
Oh, before you leave,
Mm.
if you wish to attend the council meeting for the election, I'm sure that we can arrange a place in the gallery for you.
Oh
Ah,
yes, that would be great.
Thank you.
I will ensure it's done. Until then, good luck. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Indeed, you too.
Thank you.
And Pez and Scarth lead you out of the room, and the captain does show you around the ship. So there is another hold below where there are a number of large cages, all of them currently empty. There are various supplies, crates, barrels lined up around all of the walls. Like, this ship seems to be pretty well catered for. You do notice that there are a number of ballistas on the deck with stacks of ballista bolts piled by the side, most of them tied down against any poor weather. Where you would expect to see a sail on a ship, there is instead a very large balloon that goes up and around the vessel itself. It seems like, for what we know how big one of these balloons would need to be, it's smaller than you would kind of expect, but it's definitely providing some kind of lift to this vessel. And as you look at the brackets with the crystals, you notice that the crystals are housed in some really intricate, like, brass work, and it looks like they could turn, so that might be a method of propulsion.
Okay. Is he willing to tell us about that method of propulsion, if we inquire?
It is some kind of crystal. It is the navigator who uses those. It is not my area of expertise.
Okay, I see.
And you do note that there are a couple of other crew members around, most of them below decks because it's too freaking cold upstairs.
Which is the funny part. It's just the rest of us are all just kind of like nonchalantly outside, just, this is normal. I don't get what you're all worried about.
And when you are, like, walking around the deck, like, the winds are pretty strong, and you do have to kind of bow your head against them to, like, brace yourself to move around. The gnome seems less troubled by this, and you kind of realise that's because the gunwales rise up, and he's pretty much sheltered against the inclement weather.
Beautiful.
Nice. One of the benefits of being short. Those are rare.
And eventually he shows you everything that he can show you. It's like, so that is the boat, the ship. It is the Stormlight. It has served us well so far.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I have a feeling this is probably something that Maxo Danars has mentioned and might be mentioned in the future, but would it be possible to acquire the services of such a vessel like this to help get supplies from further south? As you can probably tell, up here is not so, even when it was nice out, not so easy to grow food.
It is possible. The journey over the mountains, which is the way we would usually go, is a little bit difficult at the moment. That is where the weather is worst. And even as you climb high, that is something we had to fight and threatened the ship a few times. The other way, which is usually a little bit easier, is out over sea. But there is a dragon that prowls those areas, and we would rather not go that way.
I see.
Understandable.
Is that the Queen of the Sea that we've heard about?
Yeah, that is one of her names.
Nah. What kind of dragon is she?
It is a giant white dragon, from what I've heard. Thankfully, I have not been face to face.
I wonder if that's the same as our Aventurus.
Arrivaturus?
Well,
He shrugs.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
Definitely
What?
don't want to fight a dragon in their domain.
The air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the sea. It seems like sometimes it's the
I'm going to
sea.
rephrase that. You don't want to fight a dragon. Full stop.
Yeah.
I
Right.
definitely would not like to fight a dragon, but if one did ever attack us, that is why we have the ballistas.
At least can go down fighting, if you were to go down.
More often a threat for us are griffins and wyverns and other flying creatures like this. Smaller.
Dragons
Indeed.
aren't immortal. They can be beaten. They have before.
I would still prefer not to meet one, if possible.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be pushing your luck.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for the tour. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, of course. And he beams as you say it's quite impressive. Like, you can see he's pretty proud of the thing.
Yeah.
Despite
quite a
the fact
feat
that
of
Mordred
engineering.
keeps on calling it a boat, he definitely would not be doing that.
Right.
Uh,
Well, thank you very much.
Yep.
I suppose we should get out of your hair then.
well, actually, I got a question for you. That wizard you got locked up. I heard this is a prison ship.
Yeah.
Or his transgressions. Can you
His
speak
exact
to that?
His exact crimes, I do not know. We were simply here to transport. It was something against the 10 towns, and I know that Duvesa Shane was involved.
I think
He'll turn to us group. Maybe we could talk to him, right? Maybe we need some information ourselves. Maybe we get an audience.
Maybe.
you want to go to prison. Talk to him.
Well,
he's on-
sorry, I thought he was housed at the ship. I mean, I don't want to go to prison, but we're
No.
already here.
He is on the ship, right?
No.
No, he is in a
No.
prison far to the
No.
north of here.
Ah.
But-
Yeah,
but
he
I
was
thought
already
this was
taken.
I thought this was the prison ship. Never mind.
Yeah,
It
it is a
varies.
transport. We transport prisoners
Yeah,
to
I
the
thought-
prisons.
I thought he was still being transported.
They just
No.
don't have any prisoners right now.
But if you go straight north from Tourmaline for a very long time, it is on the coast of the Sea of Moving Ice.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
That's a really, really long way away.
Yeah,
And
this
a
is why we
wonderful
fly.
location.
I see then.
A good place for prisoners.
Right.
But if you do need passage there, we should be leaving in maybe 2 weeks to go to Revel's End.
I'd rather not, but we may have to. Thank you for the invite.
The
Yeah.
offer is there,
Appreciate it.
of course. Well, get off my ship. I have things to do.
Okay.
Well said.
And with that, he leads you over to the entryway and lets you
All
board the thing, pulls a lever, and then you start descending again.
Okay.
It just free falls.
It's slow. Like it kind of goes down a bit, then stops, then jerks a little bit, then goes down again a bit.
Let's hope
It's not
we
the
don't
most
have,
comfortable ride.
Zagrax is
stable
like
ride.
bracing. Like the first time it happens, super brace, and then like, okay, and then it happens good, and like slightly less brace, and then just sits there braced the entire way down.
It's like Vulwin just looks. He's like, "Look, wait, there's nothing we could do. We're already on the ride. Don't worry about it."
Yeah,
well,
it's the quick end to the ride that I'm worried about.
No, you won't have time to be worried about it.
yeah. Once
Oh, I
Zagrax
think we'll
braces,
have at least some time.
I'll look and just go, wee.
Whee!
Can I get Tahko and Vulwin to roll me a perception check, please?
Perception.
Okay.
Ooh,
How scared is Zagrax?
20.
23.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Second, I'll write this out.
Good lord.
Okay.
Tahko, you remember the days when we used to have to put together an ancient artifact of sun bringing? Good times that.
No,
No, they weren't.
not good times. Mm-mm.
Well,
Times
right.
of almost party wiping. Mhm.
Yeah, where I accidentally killed some of our allies. not a good time.
After being told numerous times to not touch anything.
Yep.
Don't
Working
touch it. Don't
together
touch
again.
it. Don't touch it. Getting hit by snowballs left and right. Don't touch it. Don't touch. What does this do? Oh, hey, Laura. How are you? Mm.
Looks like they have some kind of messenger system. I just saw something fly through the back of the ship.
Yeah, I saw that too. But I couldn't really make out what it was. Maybe a bird would be this kind of weather.
Hmm.
They had wings.
Well, there is. Keep an eye in that direction, Irilyssa. Let me know if you see it. You might be able to make it out better with your special eyes.
All right. Well, I think I got a good read on Max Ildana, and honestly, he seems like he means everything he says, but it's very clear that he's going to gain something if he wins this election. I'm not sure what that is, though.
I see.
Yeah. From what I see, he loves making deals.
I knew I wouldn't be able to recover the cauldron from him, but I at least knew I could make him pay for it. I say as I jingle my little bag of gems.
Not
And
that
then
you
put it in my
wouldn't have
backpack.
been willing to try to take it from him.
I would have been able to try and take him from this world, but I figured that wasn't the best place to end my journey.
How much are
Good.
all of those gems worth, Tahko?
70 a month. 70 gold
70.
pieces per month,
Okay.
Okay.
For how many months?
as long as they need the cauldron.
Okay, so it's just a one time.
So it's just 70 gold pieces worth of gems.
Every month.
Right.
I see.
Paid on
Wow.
the 7th, actually.
Good at making deals too.
I really wonder what the ship is for. Does he plan on evacuating people or using it as a war piece? I don't know.
I would assume as a food transport.
Yeah, food
Yes.
transport sounds nice, but they seem not so keen on coming back and forth.
At least not very
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
He seemed very fond of mentioning the ship's usage and using it as a, how do you put that, bargaining chip
Right.
or leverage.
Well, I don't imagine the prison off on the sea produces its own food, so it likely already serves as a food transport already. They would just be making an additional stop.
I mean, it
Plus-
typically doesn't. It just carries prisoners, right? So.
Yeah,
And
but those
supplies. It
prisoners
seemed.
have to eat still.
There
Oh,
were a lot of
yeah.
supplies in the hold. Like from what you saw, it looked a lot more than just a regular crew would use. I mean, none of you have any experience in this type of thing, so it might be perfectly normal, but it seemed like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds like to me those prisoners are doing better than most of the 10 towns.
I suppose so.
How well can one be doing in prison?
Constant supply of food. Still
Depends on the-
alive. Sounds pretty good to me.
Depends on the prison.
I don't know.
You can always find out, Zagrax.
Yes, of all of our party, I would be the one to find out.
You did almost go to prison.
You could
He
also
was in
Well,
jail
Yeah, it was
for
just a
night.
misunderstanding. It all got worked out.
you could also just take some time to work as a prison guard on the inside.
True. You're not wrong there.
Yeah, you know what it's like. So,
Right.
The thing that worries me is that he has no real plan to stop Oral.
No, but who does?
well,
I mean,
no
we're
plan, but he still
trying,
does.
but
We're a step ahead of him as we have the Summer Star.
Yeah, the Summer Star's only one use, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to use it on Oral. Getting to Oral is an entirely different matter.
yeah, who knows?
It's not often that one plans to kill a god.
Nor is it.
Yeah.
It's even less often that one would succeed, I would guess.
And as you
Sounds like a
say,
folk
it's not
tale
very
to
often
me.
you would plan to kill a god. The basket you're in violently shifts and swings to one side, and then takes a moment to kind of rock back into position as it continues to descend.
I'm gonna hurl.
Please hold any other comments of Oral until we are on the ground, please.
Oh, we're not that high up anymore. I could jump
And
it.
Zagrax is like so tense, like his tail's wrapped around a railing. If it can be like just completely tensed up.
And as Tahko, you say, we're not that far away from the ground. The basket suddenly shudders, comes to a stop, and then tips slightly. You're on the ground.
Okay. Wow, okay. Well, I like being on the ship. I don't like the way to get to the ship.
If Max Aldana does win this election, we need to tell him about the Sunblight Fortress immediately.
Well,
You're
obviously
right.
we need to work with whoever's in charge.
Whoever's in charge needs to know.
I feel like that's pertinent to the whole 10 towns. Something that should be brought up.
I
Right.
wouldn't be
Yes.
surprised if he already knows.
After.
That's true. We can save that for the lightning round.
We mentioned Asmodeus and we didn't mention the Sunlight Citadel. I was surprised, but I didn't want to step too far.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like Zagrax says, he might know. Him and Tahko seem to have a lot in common when it comes to not knowing things.
So you're back
Zagrax
on the
slowly
ground. Sorry, go on.
detaches himself from the one, like, foot, hand, tail, other head, and slowly makes his way up the bucket.
Yep. I'll just step out over the side.
Okay. Sorry, there's just one thing I need to double check.
Well, that was enjoyable.
Speak
Yeah, it was interesting.
for yourself.
Never been on a boat aloft in the sky rather than the water.
No, me
This time for
neither.
everything, I guess.
Yeah. A feat of technology.
I think they must have a captain that small so that he doesn't get scared looking over the edge.
Or maybe he just likes that sort of thing.
I know I do.
Well,
We're wise not to insult him while we were still on this ship.
right.
Hey, Tahko wanted to fly, right?
A rare moment of grace for you.
Right.
All in all, that probably went about as well as could be expected.
Mm-hmm.
So you're back on the ground. Is there anything
Right.
you would like to do?
Nope.
I was about to ask. Well,
It's day one, right?
I think
The next-
last time we figured out that we didn't have enough time to go to the Lonely Wood and back.
right.
Right.
Ooh. Just
I
the
mean,
trip there.
unless the dealio there can be handled in just a couple hours.
Yeah, we can go to the Lonely Wood and back. We just can't do anything when we're there.
Right.
You, like walk in, touch the first tree, and then like, all right,
Okay,
come
bye.
back.
We did it!
We just wanted to go hiking.
Yep.
Yep. Just clear our minds.
We can visit it. That's it.
If that's the case, I think. Well, I still wanted to talk to Kadroth when they came in, if it was possible, right? So maybe we should ask around.
Yeah, there's a few people we're waiting on, right? The rest of the delegations.
Right. But they still have a couple days, so who knows?
Yeah.
And Tahko, under no circumstances are you allowed to attack the representative from Dugan's Hole.
If they even come here.
Yeah, assuming they show up.
Only
mean,
in
if-
self-defense.
And we will
Okay.
be the judge of that use of self-defense.
If
I
you
think
are all
the
the judges,
Crown
then
Guard
that would
will
go
be.
much better than I would assume otherwise.
So where do you want to go?
Back
Yeah,
to
the
the
rest
tavern
of the
for me.
day. All right.
We have, what, 2 or 3 days to kill now?
Yep.
2 days maybe?
Yeah. I'm getting anxious already thinking about it. Just sitting around doing nothing.
Yes.
It usually would be a nice thing, but not now.
Well, if you just work at the tavern with me or something, the time will fly by.
Work at the tavern?
No, I'd rather relax than that.
Exactly. I just got paid 70 gold. By all means, if anybody needs anything, let me know.
Mm.
Well, I mean, we could take a look around, but Craftsman's not that great. You know that.
No, the craftsmen in this town are some of the best in the 10 towns, actually.
I don't fully agree with that.
Lord, am I right?
There was that.
Most productive, perhaps.
You did find that piece of metal that was made into a sword. You can see if that's still for sale, Tahko.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I want
It was a bit lighter than normal, actually. Had a good swing to it, but otherwise, I don't know. Maybe they made something else in the meanwhile.
I've
Nothing noteworthy.
I've never been fond of swords anyway. I'm fine.
Excuse me. Can you please tell me where the Nervous Wife Tavern is?
Hello?
Did he just slide down the pole? Why is it?
Different person. Unfortunately, they have a very similar accent,
town.
which I'm kind of kicking myself about. But a half-orc has, strode over to you guys, detaching himself from a group of armed people that were standing kind of in one corner of the town centre. And
Is it Elora's boyfriend?
it is indeed Speaker Orus from Tourmaline.
Oh my!
I assume I know where this tavern is, right?
You do, yes.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
Or it's just gonna be quiet. In hopes that no one will see her.
I like that you're trying to hide behind all of us being tall,
She's
but you're
also,
too tall now.
really
You're too tall now.
now.
Yeah. You're just like.
And has different hair color, so probably
Doesn't even
unrecognizable.
notice.
Yeah, maybe he
Oh
doesn't
my
notice
gosh.
or recognize me.
Roll me a
But-
stealth check, Elora.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stealth check.
you say
I
taking
mean, you said you're
note,
trying to hide.
not even.
I
say
imagine that.
Oh my god! I fall on my face!
no.
This is amazing.
Oh, boy.
Do you
So you see him
happen
and go-
to know where? Elora, is that you?
Oh hi, yep, that's hi. Nice to see you here. Yeah, you should be here, right? Because the whole council meeting. Nice to see you, Orus.
I am the speaker of Tourmaline, yeah.
Yep.
Were you trying to hide from me?
No. Well, it's been a long day, and you know, I'm just tired. Sorry.
Are you? He kind of blinks a moment and then looks again, kind of looks at your companions and looks back at you. Are you taller?
Yeah, I had a growth spurt. Funny what, it happens. I thought that wouldn't happen, but,
I did not realize that half-elves have growth spurts still. When they are. He kind of trails off.
She just shrugs. Yep.
And your hair,
Yep.
what have you done with the hair?
Oh, I just decided to go for a new color. Last time it was red. Now it's blonde.
It looks good on you.
Thank you. Zagrax, you know where that tavern is, right?
Yes.
And I'll just whichever, full guard mode, oh yeah, you want the path to here? It's over this way. Take a left over there. 3 blocks this way. Take a right. Be on your left side there.
So just this way and then over that, and then you go left. And yeah, I think we can find this. We should set our things, but it would be a pleasure to speak to you all again, Elora and companions, when we are settled.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll give you
Yeah.
some time to settle into the inn, and we can swing by.
Yeah,
That's okay with
we can
everyone.
head over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hopefully we don't find it before you.
It may well happen. I am not sure how I am with directions. Bryn Shander is quite a bit bigger than Tourmaline.
I'll go and since I assume all the guards are still training out because that's what we were doing. I'll wave down the captain of the guard or run over to him or whatever and ask for a guard to help guide him to the.
While you do
the
that,
tavern.
I'm going to say, hey, Elora, you know the way. Why don't you show him?
I don't know the way. Zagrax knows the way.
Yeah, she
You've
only
been there
worked at
before.
one.
I don't
You've
think
worked
I
at a
have.
tavern before.
I worked at the Northlook Tavern.
Oh, I see.
Oh, this one. He kind of looks up at Northlook, which is right there on the
We're right
courtyard.
there.
You're basically outside of it right now, yeah.
Yeah, we're staying here. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I will come find you. I'm sure it would be nice to catch up.
I thought the
Sure.
Northlook was way at the north side of
Am I
town.
wrong? I might well be
Yeah,
wrong
Yeah.
we're in the
that case.
center of town.
Yeah, you
Oh,
are.
right, it is
I
at the
don't have the
northern
map
part.
in
front of
front
the
of me.
speaker, isn't we?
I was
Oh,
like, how did we get there?
Yeah, we're in front of the speakers, aren't we?
Yeah, you're
The,
right.
Yeah.
Speakers house?
My bad.
Yeah.
I was misremembering where Norfolk was.
That gondola blew really far when we were coming down.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, you didn't know, but the boat's been drifting.
Uh,
And where is the Northlook? I'm guessing it is to the north.
That's right. It's actually. Go ahead,
just
Zagrax.
inside the north gate.
Mm-hmm.
And the north gate is that way?
North.
Or points to the west gate? Or southwest gate?
Yeah, actually, if you just follow that path right there, she'll point here. You'll get there. You just follow that path all the way down.
Okay. We will go and get settled, and then maybe we will come visit.
Okay. Sounds great.
Goodbye. With that, he turns awkwardly and returns to his group of what look to be soldiers. And as a group, they march off under the guidance of Zagrax's soldier companion person dude.
soldier companion
Yes.
person, dude.
Man, he's a great guy. That soldier companion person, dude.
Elora,
Yeah.
That's quite a title.
Yeah, he earned it. Let me tell you.
and Laura, you handled that quite well.
Yeah, I mean, we know each other. We grew up in the same town, but it's not like we know each other like everybody keeps thinking I do.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Those are
Well,
all good
you
grounds
were the
for
one
talking.
that
talking.
implied that you were in a relationship with him.
No, I didn't.
That was
Well,
him.
you never denied it.
I don't know why you aren't. You seem to notice your hair.
Yes, he
You
seems.
all noticed my hair too. Should I be dating all of you?
No, I'm not interested in half elves.
Wow.
That was really quick.
Wow.
Okay then. Well, that aside,
I could see the
The
trouble.
answer is no, by the way.
I'm not interested in elves or humans either. Does that make you feel better?
No, it's fine.
No.
You're
just
the-
Goliaths then.
Absolutely not.
I was making a joke. It's fine. But no, I did deny. Never mind. If you guys really think that I wasn't denying enough, whatever. She's just gonna head
You
towards
never
the-
implicitly said that you were not dating him.
No. She said it many times.
I don't remember that.
And but when I said I meant I. I'm getting tongue tied.
So what are you guys doing now?
Laughing.
Pretty much.
Fair.
But I'll go back to help and train the guards for at least another little bit, and then head back to the Northlook.
Okay.
As we're walking back to the north, like it's just like, well, did you actually try to hide from him?
A little.
Yes, it looked like you were trying to
It didn't look like hiding to me.
use my cape to hide.
Well, I haven't been tall for very long now, and I thought that would work better.
And
than
it was absolutely like you were trying to hide behind Irilyssa and your head was just sticking out because you're not used to being
Right.
that much taller.
right.
Tried to crawl in Tahko's backpack.
I had been a bit
What's
shorter.
that? Oh, those are just rations.
Behind her.
And skulls.
Amazing. I love that was a nat one.
Right.
By the way, he rolled a 4.
Oh my gosh. Perfect encounter.
Wow.
Beauty of it. This is why this game is the greatest.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Oh dear.
So, because basically we're just letting time roll forwards, is there anything you want to do in a particular time? Or are you just going to wait until something happens? And if so, what?
I mean, as nice as Oris is, Elora is way more interested in the speaker of Cairden of all. But
Ooh.
Well, because he has like info.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Oh,
sexy info.
it goes in. The plot thickens.
The plot thickens. So I don't know if it's possible. I think Elora will actually just ask Zagrax, keep asking if he's in town or not, if nothing else is going on.
Every 15 minutes.
Yeah, is he here yet?
Hey, Sheriff, has this guy showed up yet? No? Okay. Hey, Sheriff,
Yeah.
has this guy showed up yet? Oh, no? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only thing.
And that's the big drunken smashy man, right?
No, it's
No.
Oh no, it's the
yeah.
Caredenival. Gotcha.
I mean, Trovis would be nice to talk to as well.
I
but-
think we'll all know when Trovis shows up in town,
Right.
no matter where we are in town.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
I'm gonna say Zagrax will just help train the guard in downtime, and then since what Oris said he was gonna swing by the Northlook, Zagrax will head to the Northlook relatively soon after doing like a round or two of training or whatever to make sure to swing by the whatever, just make sure he's there when he shows up.
Use your words.
Okay, so we'll say it's
Thinking out
about,
loud.
currently about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
hmm
Yeah, so probably train
Let's see.
train the guards for an hour or two and then head back to Northlook.
I have
ahead.
no real plans for the next couple days, except I plan on instead of taking direct routes like to the Northlook or to the militia or wherever I'm going to go. I plan on just like exploring the smaller roads in town, the alleyways, the smaller shops, just looking to get a better feel of the town and try and find something that interests me.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Oop. 19.
Nice.
So, exploring several of the back alleys in Bryn Shander, the city is pretty much what you expect. There's road after road after road of like residential. There are the odd little market stalls providing food and eateries and stuff like that for the very local residents, and there are also odd taverns and pubs and things like that sprinkled around. A couple of them you recognize, most of them you don't, because you haven't really explored the town properly outside of the main streets. And eventually you make your way to something. Yay,
Yes.
improvisation.
Is this where we take a break so you have time?
Yes, that's an excellent suggestion. This is definitely the time that we would be taking a
Consult
break.
the random rolling table, quick.
And we 100% need to take a break right now. So we're going to take 5 minutes. So at 1:45, we will resume.
Wonderful.
All right,
Great.
see you soon, everyone.
Saved by the Bell.
See ya.
All right.
Shaky, shaky.
And we're back here.
Right.
And I also realised that we've not had any sound for this entire time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? There
Well, we
was
had
some
some at the
music.
beginning.
It was
Mhm.
right at
Oh,
the
I
beginning,
didn't even
yeah,
turn
that
it.
was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even turn on Sirenscape, so I didn't
Yeah.
have any sound.
Right. I forgot to mention it.
It's because he's basically an open book.
Okay, so Tahko, you spend probably about 2 hours just wandering around the city, and you do come across all kinds of sights. You see a small brawl taking place outside of one of the taverns, which is kind of weird because it's just after lunchtime. You see a man consoling an absolutely bereft wife with a pair of baby shoes just slowly being covered by snow by the porch. You also see a house that looks a little out of place. So whereas most of the structures in Bryn Shander are wooden multiple story things, this one is a single story. Looks a little bit more squat and smaller than most of the other ones around, but there's very carefully no other houses around it. It's very much kind of on its own, and it has a chimney which is just belching smoke. It does have a very well tended garden outside of it with a white picket fence. And this garden has all kinds of little statues and like metal figurines and things like that.
Interesting. You said it's belching out smoke?
Yeah.
Does it smell like a blacksmith?
You can definitely smell like that very bitter smell of metal. You wouldn't say it's necessarily a blacksmith, and there's no sound of hammering.
Okay.
And it doesn't have the open forge as many blacksmiths would be. It's a enclosed structure.
Okay. Is it like a store? Does it have any kind of signage in front?
Nope.
No? Okay. This is off on a little side road. It's not on like a main thoroughfare, right?
No, this is like buried in the back of the city somewhere.
Interesting. Well, I can't think of anybody else to ask, so I'm going to go up and knock on the door.
As you open the little gateway, one of the metal figures seems to come to life. It's a small dog with a metallic body, and as you approach, the head moves and it looks up at you, and you can see that it's got metal jaws, very, very sharp looking, and the eyes have this red glow to them. As you put your hand out to like touch the door, it starts with a very metallic sounding voice, like it's coming through what we would know as a speaker.
Interesting. Like little metal chirps.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to lean down and get a good look at it, and then not move my feet at all, but still just like knock on the door anyway.
Okay, so the dog just continues like yipping and yapping at you. It growls whenever you like get too close to it, and it just stays like a foot or two away, head like lowered, and makes these yips. And as you raise your hand to knock on the door, it suddenly darts forward and takes a bite of your leg. You take 2 points of piercing damage as these sharp metal teeth just embed themselves into your calf.
Okay. Wow. Do I still get a knock though?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You
Then
reach out and-
I'll withdraw after that from the door, so not to anger the dog anymore.
Okay. And as you pull back, the dog releases its grip on your leg, pulls back a few steps, and still like head lowered, and if it had ears, they would be flattened against its skull. It's still kind of growling at you.
Quite the protector, aren't you, little thing?
Hello? Who's there?
I am Tahko. I was curious about your house and your very peculiar dog.
No, thank you. Not hungry.
Not selling. Are you some kind of wizard?
No. And the door slowly opens, and you see that there is another gnome standing behind the door. He's kind of got a headband around his head with just these giant glass goggles just perched on his forehead. He's got a very oily looking blue jerkin with various pockets and tools of all kinds sticking out of them. I'm an artificer. No magics here.
Artificer. I'm unfamiliar.
I make things.
Like this dog?
He just kind of points at the dog. Yes. That's Nibbles. You seem to have upset the poor boy. Nibbles! Yeah. Nibbles, down, boy.
It's very lifelike. There's no dog spirit in there or anything?
No, simply clockwork and some secrets.
Ah, secrets, of course. Quite interesting. Do you sell your creations?
Depends who's buying. Usually not, though. I just like to tinker.
Well, I just like to run across new things. Any chance you could show me what you've tinkered upon? If you don't mind my intrusion too much.
It's not very often I get to show these things off. All right, then. And with that, he turns and hobbles back into his house, but he leaves the door open.
All right. I'll very slowly and carefully enter the house, keeping an eye on the dog in case it lunges at me again.
So Nibbles just kind of watches you as you enter, but now he's been told down. He doesn't make any more aggressive action.
Okay. Nice.
And as you push the door open and enter the main house, it is difficult for you to stand this place because it is several orders of magnitude too small for you. It is very much built for a gnome.
Oh, joy. All right. I'll come crawling in.
Okay. So as you're on your hands and knees, looking through to see exactly what's going on here, it is very much a workshop. There's a small forge, absolutely. Actually, the forge at the moment seems to be enclosed, but something in there is burning or boiling away. There is a workbench with various gadgets and things like that, and the walls themselves are just encased in various tools, which he has lying around. And the gnome disappears into the interior of the house for a moment, as you're kind of lying there, stunned almost.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to say you're crawling. You're probably on your knees almost.
Okay. It might be better to crawl. I don't know, but I'll go in and close the door behind me.
Okay. And as you do so, you reach out to grab the doorknob and pull it, and you get a sharp bzzzt, and you take 1 point of electricity damage as your hand closes on the knob of the doorway.
Ah! This whole place is set to kill me, it seems. I'll shake it off and continue in.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to turn that off. And you hear the cranking of something inside, and then a zzzz, and you take another point of electricity damage as a bolt of electricity just shoots out from the knob and hits you anyway. Oh, wrong way! Wrong way! And you hear the cranking even more violently this time, and the zzzz.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not so fragile, or you may have a body to clean up.
It's fine. I could just zap you again and you'd be right as rain. I've had to do
What?
that before.
All right, I'll come trundling in.
And he returns from the side room, and he's got these massive, oversized gloves just on his hands right now, and he kind of points it up the ceiling. This big puff of fire shoots out from them, just scorching the ceiling of his house. And then he kind of moves the other gauntlet around, seems to be lining it up with something. Goes, no, I'd better not do that. Had to get a new wall the last time I fired it.
Huh.
But
So you make weapons.
not always. You just seemed like the type that'd be more interested in those.
I'm actually most interested in being able to fly.
Oh, you should speak to the chaps who are out in the middle of the town.
Oh, no, I meant without an entire ship. I've already spoken with them.
No, you have. La-di-da. I think they can be so big and... How did they do it, though? I saw that they had the gems, and then the ropes were down there, and the brackets. And...
I'll explain as best as I can figure for what I've seen.
Roll intelligence.
Okay. 18.
You actually do a pretty decent job of explaining how you think that this thing flies, that the two crystals are the propulsion. Most of the weightlessness is, or the weight counter rather, is provided by the giant balloon sitting on top of the ship. And he follows along exactly as you're doing it. And in fact, as you're describing the balloon, he grabs a piece of cloth, folds it over very, very quickly, ties one end of it, and then with his glove fires a burst of hot air under it, and the balloon does actually start to lift, and then kind of falls over and just flops on the ground. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Hot air.
Hard to find these days.
You're looking in the wrong place. There's plenty of it in the Speaker's Council.
Well, there'll be more than enough in a few days' time.
Really? I don't get to go
Yes.
out much.
They're having a council meeting to determine the new Speaker of the 10 Towns.
No, so just boring politics then.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get your name, Grandpa.
I'm Zizzy Whistle Whisper. Zizzy Whistle Whisker. God damn it.
Zizzy Whizzle Whisker.
Whistle Whisker.
Okay.
Because he's supposed to be speaking, you know, when you're speaking like that. Whistle as. I can't really do it very well, but he's doing that. Speaking with a whistle. Zizzy Whistle speak. No, I can't do it. You know what I mean. It's not a lisp.
Yeah.
It's not a lisp.
He speaks like Gopher from Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes, he does.
This is actually not the first flying machine I've seen. The other was alive.
Alive? We've all
Yes.
seen those.
But this
They're
one was
called
still
a
a shell.
bird.
No, this one was still made to be occupied and flown.
A pregnant bird.
Not quite. I was inside it. It's where I got this, and I'll pull up my what's it called? Pull up my boom wand.
The wand of the self-made wizard.
Yeah.
I see. That's some... what kind of metal is that? And what does this do? And he, reaches out to touch one of the buttons on it.
You know what? As long as I'm holding it sideways, I'll go ahead and let him touch it.
And he presses a button on it, and the thing kind of goes... And you feel it heating up in your hand, and he presses it again. Yes, that's some kind of energy discharge. And if you press and tweak that, then... Yes, quite ingenious. No, I don't think I could make it. Don't have the resources. Don't have that kind of metal.
Well, an ally of ours is trying to get that ship working again. Would that interest you?
The opportunity to work with unknown materials of bird design.
It was more like a shelled creature that could fly, but yes.
No, silly. If shells are flying, it's because the bird has picked the shell up and is trying to break it.
This is no normal shell.
No normal bird either, I warrant. So what exactly are you offering me?
Well, our ally asked them if I could help, and they shooed me away. But you seem like you might have the resources and the knowledge to be able to aid them, if it interests you.
It might. I wonder if I could create something bigger. Show-offs in the center of town. Coming in here to Bryn Shander is clearly my territory.
Well, I'll try to come by tomorrow with some friends of mine, and we'll bring a means of communicating with the person working on it.
I see.
A meeting of minds, if you will.
A meeting of minds. Oh, a book!
No, not a book. And more organic means of meeting of minds. We'll see if the two of you can't communicate.
Mouth?
But, nope. But stay intrigued, and I'll show you in time. And thank you for letting me see your place.
Yes. Didn't blow you up, did I?
No. Shocked a little, but
Yeah,
in a good way.
That's normal. Well, choop. I have things to do.
Of course.
With that, you like slowly back out of the place, trying to stay far away from that door as you can.
Well, I've got to go through it, don't I?
Well, the door's still... I'm imagining, like, after you tried to touch it, the door just stayed open.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep, I'll go ahead and slide out with my 6 remaining temporary hit points for the day and go upon my merry way.
And I will find where Ziggy actually lives.
And now we have my new favorite character of the game.
Nice. I can't believe I found an artificer and may have intrigued him into working for us. Beautiful.
An artificer, yes.
Yeah, we could have done way better by giving him the mysterious metal, it seems.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now that we know about him, yeah. We might end up with a steampunk Nautilus ship.
I'm in. Gimme.
But I think that's enough individual perusing the city for me.
Yeah, so moving back to everyone else.
Can we keep him? I like that comment.
Yes. We probably have to bring him along like a dog and just leave some toys lying around for him to try and pick up and follow. But yes.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like he'd be insulted.
There we go. Ziggy. You went quite a long way away from the North Look all the way down there. Impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of you doing your thing. Zagrax, you're helping the town guard do their practice thing. Elora, you're, I'm guessing, trying to avoid Horus as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, she's in her room in the inn, and she probably would have like dusted her lantern at some point, just hanging out.
Okay. Vulwin, what were you up to?
Actually, I was just gonna wait until the what was it, the I don't know the name of the place, but the Dwarven Forge.
The Black Iron
Is
Blades.
it Black Iron Blades?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they were just sharpening some weapons for me. I think I was gonna also pick up a dagger from them, but otherwise, I really wasn't planning on doing anything. Just hanging out for the rest of the day.
Okay, we'll say that the price for the sharpening was the same as what you paid last time, because it's mostly just
Sure.
labor. Again, when you go in, you find that this place is almost completely out of stock. You can get a dagger, but it's double price.
Wow.
It's still okay.
And give me a charisma check, just to see if you pick anything up in idle conversation while you're waiting for your stuff.
Sure. 14.
They're saying
You-
this sucker just
Maybe
paid
I'll
10
pick up-
gold for a dagger.
Well, I might pick up some dwarven conversation somewhere.
You do pick up Dwarven conversation that there have been 0 deliveries from the Dwarven Valley for quite some time, and metal supplies in the town are pretty much completely run loose.
Metal scarcity. Okay.
Add it to the list.
That's nothing to do with us.
Not a thing.
Unlikely. Are there any? Is that interesting blade still there, or any other interesting things that were forged, or are they wiped clean in that case?
For interesting equipment, they're completely wiped clean. It looks like people have come in here and just bought everything out. Your fancy blade is still there,
That's a fancy
Interesting.
blade.
with a 50% markup from the
more
last time you were here.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you know that price offhand, but I already knew it was a little rich at the time.
but it does seem to have like pride of place. So like right over the back of the sales counter, it's on a pair of brackets. Like it's pretty prominently displayed.
Absolutely, I would display something I couldn't sell as well. Cool. I'll remember that. Maybe I'll talk to Tahko about that.
Okay.
I definitely don't have the money on hand for that.
Irilyssa, are you up to anything?
She would just spend her time with my Shan at the House of the Morning Lord.
Okay. So the day that you visit is Alms Day, so you're pretty much working in a soup kitchen. Many of the refugees do come by the House of the Morning Lord. It seems to be fairly well kitted out. There are a couple of scarcities, and you do notice that the soup they're offering is fairly well watered down. And there is also a fair bit of demand, of course. She is very much grateful for the assistance and the extra pair of hands that you offer.
Also, spend my 2 castings, like 2 third-level spells, to make food and water. It'll be bland, but at least it'll be filling.
And that helps enormously. So what was previously just very much watered down soup, you now have a couple of loaves of bread that they can use to dip the soup in. There's some rice in the soup to thicken it up a little bit, give it a bit more character. And while it is fairly bland, it's filling, it's nutritious. And you do notice that there does actually seem to be like an increase in the number of people coming by for food supplies when it's kind of gets out that the quality has improved.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so we will say that several hours pass.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just get my timings. Here on that day. So who would have seen this? I'll say the Zagrax, because Sheriff Markham is aware that you're kind of waiting for word on when the other speakers arrive. One of the guardsmen comes to the Northlook and informs you that... Again, need to have these 2 lists closer to each other. Easthaven. The speaker of Easthaven, Daneth, has arrived in town together with the Kelvin's company. And in fact, you don't need to be told that, because from downstairs you hear a very, "Right, so, let's get drinking!" with a very familiar, very boorish accent that Tahko you very much recognise.
Right.
Hmm.
You know, at some point, Elora wouldn't have spent the whole day in her room. She would have probably gone downstairs and helped out if it needed to be, or just hung out. So...
Okay. I mean, we can say that those of you who were at the tavern were just kind of in the tavern, passing some time when a large Goliath, another large Goliath, a Dragonborn, a elf, and a pair of footsteps appear on
A pair of footsteps.
arrive in the tavern, and the more brutish of the 2 Goliaths immediately goes to the bar and basically just starts challenging everyone around him to a drinking contest.
Ha!
Alright, I think you could handle it, you could handle it, you could handle it. I'll buy the drinks, let's go. And they just start knocking them back. It's been too bloody long since I was able to do this.
Elora, make some bets on yourself. And go drink under the table.
I don't really want to drink today that much, though.
But you could win. You can make some easy money.
Even if you're right. We don't really need that much money.
True.
Nor do we need to get hammered.
No.
Also, I need to tell you about an interesting fellow I've met.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of want to introduce him to your slug.
Okay.
I think you might be able to help out Danica. We'll talk about it later.
All right.
I only care about you for your slug.
Well, the slug is listening.
Well, basically, when I get some time, I'll explain my interesting occasion with Elora and the rest of the group when I have some
Okay.
downtime.
And Elora, as you say, the slug is listening. You kind of poke or point to where the slug in your coat is nestled, the shoulder.
Mhm.
You kind of look over, and there's a halfling just sitting next to you.
Oh, hi! She'll jump a little bit.
G'day, mates. How's it going? Thought there was a couple of familiar faces I saw here.
Good day.
Yeah, good day.
So how are the
Nice to see you.
Dawnbringers keeping themselves?
Still in one piece.
Luckily, had some close encounters.
Right.
Yeah, don't we all?
Right. How has Calvin's company been?
Oh, we've been all right. We kept our promise that we would be staying in East Haven for a bit, and I'm pretty glad that we did. As you probably heard, goblins.
Right. Sounds like a pain.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Yeah, a bit more of a pain than, anything dangerous. They seem to be scavengers, just stealing bits and bobs here and there, making problems. But after all the issues that we've had with the cackling dogs, and of course the Duragar, people aren't really in the mood for goblin shenanigans, so they called us in. We've been doing what we could.
Good.
Fair enough. Good.
Did you solve the problem then?
Well, we haven't exactly solved it. We found where the goblins were holed up, down in the mountains.
Did
But
you-
once
Interesting.
we're done here, we'll probably go clear it out, unless you want to have a go at it.
Hmm.
No, I think we're headed to the Lonely Wood after this.
Yeah. They've been
Yeah,
having
right.
some real troubles up there.
Yeah, they're having problems with alive and dead animals. It's confusing, but
Yes.
yeah.
Sounds like it's got worse than we were there. When we passed through, it was just one moose that was causing them a ruckus. We couldn't find the blighter, so we moved on.
Yeah, sounds like it's gotten much, much worse.
A moose? Just a moose?
Just
I
a
mean,
moose.
moose are pretty big.
I mean, yeah, moose are big, but it's a moose, not a dragon.
I mean, just between us, that's why we weren't that interested. It seemed a little bit of a low catch compared to what we usually face off against.
Right. Yeah, it seems like it's turning into something else now. So, we'll see.
If it's not, then we can definitely make fun of an ally of ours for it.
Yeah, animals normally don't come back to life. As Vulwin comes walking up to the table in the end.
Oh, you overheard. Yes, well,
I caught the tail end of it.
yeah, Lonely Wood can handle itself for a while, but not if it has to fare against a moose forever.
God forbid.
Yeah,
Right.
fought a moose.
Not physically.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I better get back to the others. They'll be serving a drink and wondering where I am. Though they always
Oh,
are.
right. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Keep safe. And all the best
You as
out
well.
Yeah.
there. And the halfling just pushes himself off the chair, and you see him rush over to the other
Disappear.
group. This
Yeah,
time he
he's
doesn't.
he's a bit of a hard
He
spot.
seems a bit more eager to go for the drinks that are there, so isn't really taking pains to be inconspicuous.
Oh, okay. You
Ah.
sneak. Nice. At least some people are staying safe, so that's good.
Find anything interesting?
Yes, very much so. I'll tell you about it. And I tell him about it.
Wow.
What
Wow.
do you tell them?
I found a gnome who makes things. He seems to be quite knowledgeable in metals and just mechanics of the way the world works. I think he might be able to work with Danica if we were to have the two of them communicate.
Well, that's interesting. Didn't Danica say she didn't need any help?
Yeah, Danica did, and then we helped Danica in a way she didn't expect. I think we might be able to do it again.
Maybe. It also, I don't know if you remember this, Tahko. It's not like anybody can just talk through the slug. I think you have to be holding on to it for a little while to have it work. Yeah, don't you remember you took it from me? You tried to talk to Danica, you got slime all over your head, and then I had to talk to Danica anyway?
No.
That did happen. Because it's a magical item.
Nudge, nudge. You wound the slug first. Okay.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, and poke me about getting the actual stats for it as well, please, Elora, because I keep forgetting.
Oh, okay. I will.
it'd probably be its own trip getting him down there, but we'll have to visit again sometime.
Right.
But he had a dog which was made of metal and wasn't alive, yet it moved and acted like it was. It was quite fascinating. It even bit me. I'll show off my pants where it tore.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if there's something he can relate to me, I could relate to Danica, but...
Having been a guard here, do you think I would have known that Ziggy was around?
No, because he keeps
Okay.
himself to himself.
Had more pressing things to do than go to the far corner of the town.
Yeah, he's not particularly near any of like the main entrances. In fact, he's about as far away from them as he can get, and that tended to be your main patrol routes.
Yeah, he seems to be something of a hermit. But, yeah, if you were at least to meet him and could understand some of what he does, you might be able to relay it to Danica.
I mean, sure. I'm not sure if she needs the help, but... No. You could try.
Yeah, it's a possibility. You could at least meet him. He seems to be a fascinating individual.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe he could help us.
Since we're just waiting.
He showed me a glove which seemed to work quite in a similar way to our wands or staffs.
That's
It's
curious.
mage glove. Wizard's glove.
Some kind of non-magical glove that he made. But it could spew fire.
That sounds like magic to me.
Haha.
Are you sure he
assured
wasn't
me.
just pulling one over on you?
Mm.
Wizards love doing that.
Ha. No, I asked him if he was a wizard, and he said no magic to his place.
Yeah. So he might be pulling one over on you.
I don't think he has much need to. He seemed kind of straightforward. I came to him, found his odd home, and inquired. He certainly wasn't expecting visitors.
So that doesn't sound
Laka
like-
laka!
Oh, you! Wandered back into town, I see.
To bloody right. I had a drink here, and it's been waiting for me for a while. Good to see you, Tahko.
Good to see you too.
And the Dawnbringers too. Good to see you're all alive.
Nice to see you. Yep. We're all still standing.
Still have all of our appendages.
Some of us even got taller.
No, I
Are
was
you
taller
trying to
last
become a
time I
Goliath,
saw
are
him.
you, girl?
No, I'm the same height.
So you're here for the speakers?
Mm-hmm.
Talking.
Right, yeah.
Bang. Rather be in East Haven cracking goblin skulls rather than talking.
Hey, but you get a drink.
Ha, that's true. So, who's drinking with me?
I'll join.
Fantastic.
I'm good tonight. Thank you.
Well,
Well,
I don't have much else going on. I guess I could go for a drink.
first round's on me. Hey, bartender! Beer, booze, everything.
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 Say, how much are you intending to drink?
Yes.
That's the kind of answer I like to hear.
Oh, wow.
Enough
That
to
was
sink
a
through the assassins.
Question. I don't think I have to worry about that.
So everyone that's taking a part in this, give me a con save.
Oh,
Enough to sleep through the assassins.
okay. Con save.
Oh wow.
21.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I'm not, by the way.
Okay.
No, I'll just enjoy my
Even
time.
if can I roll to convince Zagrax to join us?
You can certainly try.
You can try.
Hey Zagrax, this stuff's pretty good. You wanna drink?
What is going on?
If you want
Just
to
like
roll
slides
this,
the drink orders.
give me a persuasion, and Zagrax, give me a wisdom save.
Come on, no more assassins are gonna try to kill you in your
Wow,
sleep.
12.
Okay, persuasion.
Yep. Guess it's still your choice.
That drink
Still your
is
choice.
super tempting, but you feel like you don't have to if you don't want to.
He'll probably just have a drink or two, but not go like try to keep up with anybody.
Mhm.
And
Like there's
Scramsax-
no plans on drinking, and then it'll just be like have one or two.
Mhm.
Scramsax, absolutely recognizing who both of you groups are, just like appears with a giant tray with just various different mugs, glasses, shots, bottles, and just places it on the table in front of you. And you each take one. It's kind of a potluck as to what you get and what you drink. Zagrax, you just get like a foamy beer, which you start drinking. Vulwin, you get something which actually tastes a little bit like water, and you're a bit disappointed. And Tahko, you get one of the larger glasses, thinking I'm going to be safe with this, and you start taking a drink, and it's kind of a fruity flavor. It's quite nice, and you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, and then you go under the table as you just kind of almost immediately black out. This stuff was
look, a copper.
incredibly strong. Yeah, it was
What are
pretty
you
much
talking
just
about? Yeah, Tahko, what are you talking about? Copper's back at the that other place.
Oh boy.
and you spend a little bit of time drinking.
Does the
Yay,
other speaker
Jeremy.
ever show up?
Yeah, the speaker is so the rest of the Calvin's company like pick a table which is relatively close to you guys, but not there next to you, and Daneth is with them.
Yeah.
So does
Cool.
the Horus show up here? What's his name? Yeah, Horus. Didn't he say he was gonna swing
Horus. Does he show?
Does he
Pull out all
figure it out?
by? Well, he'd have to find directions to get here.
All right, Mord. Where's Trovis to barge in to join our drinking party?
Also
Come on.
true.
Yes, that is true. So eventually, Daneth does take a seat with you guys. Like, good to see you all again.
Yeah,
It's
nice
probably
to see
just
you.
Taco's head on the on the seat.
Yeah, like,
We've been in better form, but you know, it's a fun time.
we're in great form.
I can
Some would say the best
See.
form.
Yeah.
Actually, Tahko being asleep might be our best form. Don't tell him that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Hey,
Don't
Tahko,
tell him what?
You're in your best form right now. Yeah,
gotta
that's
say,
right.
I'm a wee bit disappointed in the wee man.
I know. Seems like
Yeah,
it's
he's
been a while. I mean, it
He's
has been a
terrible
while.
at diplomacy.
Probably hasn't ate too much today, I don't think.
Maybe not.
Why would you need to eat if you're going to drink?
Never mind.
And he seems genuinely confused by this. Like, this just doesn't compute.
Depends on the person. I guess.
Yes, well, I'm sure you adventurer types do your thing from time to time. Yes,
Right.
not quite so used to so many people being around, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Right. It's really rowdy in here, but
Mhm.
Yes,
Have you
especially...
happened to-
That would-
No, go on.
Have you been to Bryn Shander before?
once or twice. Don't usually come here. I have another inn I rather more enjoy. But Kelvin's company were persuasive.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Damn right, we're persuasive. Here's another one for you. Oh, goody. With that, he just takes like the smallest sip out of this beer. And with that,
Right.
Tahko, you start to come round. You're still feeling pretty terrible, but
Looking even better there.
It's too loud.
Maybe you should get some water in your system.
Yeah, if I had a drink for every time, we said that about you. Well,
True.
I think they're all here, actually.
Which one of these has water in it? I'll check the glasses.
give me
Start-
a intelligence
This one, and
check.
I'll slide him the one that's watered down beer.
Okay.
That works.
Okay, I'll drink that one. Oh, darn, I didn't prepare create or destroy water. I could have just made water.
Could you please use that?
Just like point at the
That's
glass, it
useful.
just fills up again.
Right.
It just like the whole table just gets like water all over.
Water everywhere. But no, I didn't. So, it's fine.
So do you know anything about any of the other speakers?
Yeah, we
well,
know all about them.
some of them anyway.
You haven't met. Would like to meet. Should meet. Definitely need to talk to him.
Right.
We didn't
Yeah.
even meet the speaker of this town.
Well, we did meet the speaker of this town, but
Not before today.
right, or yesterday. But yeah,
Yeah, yesterday.
man, you guys are tired. But yeah, we
Yeah.
met Duvesa. We came here with Olivessa. We went
Saw
on
one
that
of the-
airship today.
We saw one in the balloon.
Yeah. Yeah, Maxwell Downer's up there. He brought the ship here.
Apparently.
Alright, those are the 3 nominees, yes. That is, I think,
Right.
what the meeting's going to be about, choosing one of them.
Hmm.
It's going to be difficult to choose when I don't know anything about any of them, except Duvesa, just because she's been here for years.
Pick all of
Right.
us. She's the best one.
Right.
All
Very
of us is
persuasive
young.
he is.
Right. We're all like,
I have heard good things about Olivesa.
it's the voice that gets me more than anything.
And the Terminator has arrived.
Boris is here now.
Yeah, Olivace is great. She's really a town organizer. She's done good things for good mean. And she thought she would throw her hat into making things better for all the 10 towns.
Is that not what the chief speaker would do anyway?
Yeah, but she wasn't so sure about the nomination at first, and now she's really decided on it to go for it.
It is good to hear that we have other choices. I have
Yeah.
already been speaking to Maxwell Danar.
Right.
Hmm. You're able to head up in the airship and talk to him?
It was before he arrived. He sent negotiators to Tourmaline.
Hmm.
He's a shifty guy. He stole my cauldron.
Long story.
Had a good
Sorry.
deal with that.
I like that cauldron.
I am not sure why he would want a cauldron from you.
Well, the
Long
cauldron
story.
is
Magic
pretty special.
Lot of soup.
stew.
It can conjure
So
soup.
much soup.
Stew.
It is
So,
quite an
it-
impressive device, to be fair. I saw it for myself. You say that
Right.
Maxwell Danar has it now?
Honestly, I wish that Tahko would be able to tell you the tale, but yes.
As
But I
far as
think-
I'm aware, what happened was he's convinced that I'm assuming your former secretary made off with the cauldron, along with a couple of accomplices, made their way over to Targos, that's the town. And then in one of his better moments, Tahko decided not to kill everybody.
She kidnapped a speaker.
Yes. That was
To
me.
steal the cauldron. You did that?
I am the speaker that was held at knife point.
You are! And I'll
I
put my
am.
hand on him. You are, yeah.
So
You
yeah,
have-
you were
You have
directly
an awful
involved.
secretary.
She's been fired now, I assure you.
Oh, I think she just works for a different speaker now. Or always did.
Do you have any proof that it was Maxwell Danar that did this?
What proof is this? I'm gonna look at my drink.
Perhaps too high a one, and he kind of pulls the drink away from you. Bearing in mind it's the water that Vulwin gave you.
No, that one's really
That one's
watered
actually
down.
watered. You should drink more of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean it's still got some drink in it, but it's hardly enough.
I see.
And what do you think of Duvesa?
Bryn Shander has always been in a good spot, so there's at least that.
Yeah, at the very least, she's competent at running Bryn Shander. She seems to think that the powers of the head speakers are limited, and that's why she stepped down from being the head speaker, and is hoping that this vote could bring more new powers to better help the 10 towns. So she's all for action, at least, in helping.
At least in words. We will have to see what she says for herself.
True, that's for certain.
I do think it will be interesting hearing them all give their own accounts on the day of the election.
It seems like they all genuinely want to help out. I'm just not sure which one would be best.
Isn't that the problem?
Right. I mean, we've helped Irilyssa a lot, so I like her, but I'm definitely open to hearing other opinions.
Yeah, Irilyssa runs the meat town, but she's not one to get drunk with power.
Yeah, that's true.
I would hope you would not get drunk with power either.
He's always drunk on his own ego, so this seems to be nothing new.
No.
This is a problem too.
Actually, Oris, how is Tourmaline? I heard that. I'm just concerned after I heard what happened in Bremen. That, something bad might happen.
Tourmaline is actually doing okay.
Good.
With the kobolds, we got more kobolds coming in as well, but they are working in the mine, and because they are so small, they are actually able to find quite a few gems, and output is increased.
That's great. That's great to hear. Good. I'm glad that things are going well, at least in Tourmaline.
I find it is a good idea to give everyone one chance, and it has paid off here.
Good. Yeah, I think we might have sent some kobolds your way after we ran into them. So I'm glad that it's working out.
Mm-hmm.
It was unexpected. The town took some time to fully accept them, but they have seen what they can do, and people are pretty happy with them now.
Good. Good.
So if you
That's
see
great to
any
hear.
other kobolds, send them to Tourmaline. We will put them to work.
We'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see a couple every now and then, just rolling around in the snow, getting stepped on. But yeah, we'll remember that.
Right. For sure.
Yes, I'm quite jealous that you have a working gem mine. I'm sure that would solve many of our problems too.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about the goblin problems.
Well, thankfully we do have Kelvin's company working with us on that one.
Yeah. That's good.
Never rains but it pours, as they say.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say that East Haven seems to have gotten the short end of the stick, but that was before learning of Bremen.
Yeah, without them, you'd truly be a ghost town.
Indeed. Yes, I was shocked to hear of Bremen's demise. It does concern me a little bit, as they are one of the more isolated towns, and we are also on the fringes.
Right. Yeah.
Sadly, information seems scarce.
Right. Yeah, I kind of am hoping there would be some kind of militarized post system so everyone can keep in touch more often.
That would certainly
Personally.
help.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get trade going again.
Yeah. That'd be ideal, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It would. Anyway, I will not keep you too long, unless you want to keep drinking, which is okay by me.
We'll be here a bit, so if you want to hang around, feel free.
And with that, we're just going to say that everyone just starts drinking for the rest
Yeah.
of the evening, rather than drawing this out further. And
Sounds
eventually, the next day, you rouse yourselves again. Tahko, you've got a whopper of a hangover right now.
Okay.
The rest of you are fine.
Great.
All right.
As a question, do you want to finish at the usual time, or do you want to go half an hour longer, seeing as we started late?
I'm good. Either.
I'm fine either way.
Yeah, I'm
Fine,
flexible.
fine,
Whether
later.
it feels like a good stopping point for you.
Yeah, whichever way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Well
at
then.
least go up to the event,
Yeah, to the event.
if not into it. Yeah.
So, skipping forwards through time, just so that we can skip forwards through a bit of time. I'm going to see when the next group is due to arrive, and we'll just go to that.
Yeah, let's get some information.
Oh yeah. And you
Grease
will
some
be
palms.
happy to hear that you guys are spending a bit of time in the tavern the next day. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now.
Okay.
And a tiefling approaches your table. He's very well dressed. He's got a red dyed, like velvet type jacket on. He's pretty paunchy, pretty large, and he stops a moment at the Scramsax's bar, and it's like, eventually Scramsax points over at your table, and he makes his way over to where you guys are currently seated. Hello, my name is Kedroth. I'm here as the representative of Caer Dunival, and I was rather hoping to have a word with the Dawnbringers. I believe that's you.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that's us. But you're you.
I'll,
Look at
I'll
that.
I'll push a chair with my foot away from the table so you can sit down.
Ah, thank you, and please do forgive me. My name is Kedroth. I don't believe I've actually introduced myself properly, other than saying where I'm from. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So,
I-
yeah, please, by all means.
Oh, I was just going to introduce myself. I'm Elora. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure.
I'm Tahko. And this bard's already played this song like 3 times.
Yes, they could certainly do something with the ambiance in this place.
Yeah, I'll take this over some other bars, songs, bards.
Agreed.
I just wish they wouldn't play it so loudly.
That's what you get for drinking too much last night.
Uh,
I'm Zagrax.
Pleasure, Zagrax. Yes.
Yeah. Vulwin.
Pleasure to meet you all. So, as you may realize, there's Speakers' Council coming up in a few days, and they will have to do a vote to see whether I will be legally able to represent the town of Caer Dunival, but I am hoping that they will allow it, as we have a few things to say. But I do believe that we have a couple of things in common. The Dawnbringers and the Knights of the Black Sword. We are both mutually opposed to the Duragar.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah.
We have seen the handiwork of the knights around in East Haven, and they seem to be doing a good job.
I'm delighted to hear that you think that. Yes, they've taken quite the attention to the Duragar that they were able to catch. Most of them, I believe, on some ferry or some such. Hatching their plots and their plans as they are like to do. I have also heard of your own actions outside the city of Caerconing, our direct northerly neighbour, and I would most certainly wish to congratulate you on that particular success. It's always a good thing to know that there are others who struggle against the dark dwarves here.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they're
Thank
real
you.
paid.
Yes, quite the sneaky bunch, able to change size at a whim. Particularly
Right.
the more powerful, I've heard, like to make themselves very, very small so that they can run away like the cowards they are. But we will hunt them down, each and every one of them.
One day.
That's
Yeah.
So, what exactly is your stake in the meeting coming up?
Well, obviously we are here as a representation of Caer Dinevold so that we can have a legitimate say on who should be the one elected duly to lead the 10 towns. And for myself, I must say that there is a little bit of a selfish motive. I simply wish to meet who it is, so I can give my acquaintances and say hello.
It's always good to know who your neighbors are.
Yes, exactly. And to offer the services of the Black Swords in the fight against the Duragar. I am sure that East Haven and Caerconing are not going to be the only ones who are targeted by those devious dwarves.
right.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
It
They're
is.
out there plotting.
It is a shame that your speaker still isn't feeling well. I believe the last time that we went to Caer Dinevold, we were turned away when we offered our clerical services.
No, that is, yes, very unfortunate, but the
In
exact...
fact, we were attacked.
No, well, I'm sure that some of the boys were just a little bit too zealous in undertaking the orders which they were given, but we are quite strict about not allowing outsiders into the castle, and if you approached a little bit too closely, that would have been a bit of a problem. But I am happy to say that you have proven yourselves as not in the service of the Dark Dwarves, and you would be more than welcome to the hospitality offered by the Caer.
Thank you.
What's
Yes, of
the
course.
hospitality? If that was just a greeting prior.
Well, hospitality would be you'd be able to stay in some of the chambers if you wish, partake of the security and the sanctuary offered by the walls.
It has some of the best security in the 10 towns.
Absolutely. That's why we defend it so rigorously.
Perhaps to your own detriment, I'm afraid. Some would consider you an occupying force.
We are there entirely legitimately. The speaker has invited us in. He is being kept in the most comfort that we are able to manage. His ailments are being cared for by the very best.
Yeah,
Hey,
but no one has seen him.
That may be the case,
Right.
but would you really wish to see a man who is deathly ill?
We'd like to see the man is still alive.
Well, the next time you swing by Caer Dinevold, I'm more than happy to show you.
Yes, I
Oh,
do
yeah.
believe we have a standing invitation from a woman named Avarice.
Avarice.
Avarice. Oh, wow. Well,
Yes.
then
So check
doubly so.
that.
You've absolutely roll
Doubly
it.
so?
Yeah, Irilyssa just be like, how's Avarice doing nowadays? You know,
Blah, blah,
Still
blah,
the
blah.
What?
Name drop.
Yeah.
do you want to send an insight roll to you?
Oops.
That's cool. I got it.
I'll send you an invite or
Wow.
insight.
Okay, so I'll just say it so that everyone can hear it. Obviously, when you mention the name Avarice, there is a bit of shock in his voice, and the blubbering gets more blubbery. But it's actually kind of difficult to detect why. He seems mostly shocked that you know who Avarice is.
Oh.
Yes, she sent a pair of gargoyles after us to watch us where we were going.
Apparently, they've been following us for quite some time.
Yeah. Just recently did we actually get an invite.
Yeah,
Fascinating messengers, though.
we finally called them down for a chat.
Just 1 second, looking up some stuff.
He's like,
Is he peeing himself at this point?
I see you've had the displeasure of meeting Gargle and Gurgle.
Gargle and gurgle.
Yes, those
I don't know.
brats fly around the castle and, keep an eye for Avarice. I'm not really sure why she's so concerned. We keep the place perfectly secure. She needn't bother herself with that.
Huh.
What is her role in that castle?
No, she's simply somebody who's taking up the offer of sanctuary. She keeps herself to herself mostly. That's why I was a little bit surprised that you even knew who she was. Not many do.
Sanctuary.
well, we're not many.
No, by all means, you are the Dawnbringers. Ha! Marvelous.
I didn't know you were offering sanctuary to anybody.
No, usually we are not, but if they prove themselves worthy of the protection of the Knights of the Black Sword, then we are more than happy to undertake security services in such instances.
What was it that Avarice did to acquire these services?
Yeah, I'm afraid
Who was
that's
after her?
private business.
I see.
Oh,
Does it involve the Duragar?
It does, yes.
Oh.
Needless to say, she is another ally in the good old fight. Yes.
Yeah.
At the very least, she's got the services of a couple of gargoyles.
Indeed, you could even call them gargoyles.
Right.
Well, all right then. We'll be heading to Caer Dineval at some point to speak with Avarice then. But
I do hope that you'll come and speak with me as well. I am,
of course.
after all, the leader
of course,
the Knights of the Black
I mean,
Sword.
We weren't really
you
aware.
are.
I mean,
Yes.
you're right here. I mean, we're speaking right now.
It's
So
true.
I guess you get first choice.
I mean, and I am honored and privileged at this fact.
You're the leader of
Right.
the Black Swords.
Yes.
How long have they been established?
Since they have.
I mean, we've been there for some time. We heard that the speaker there had been taken ill by some of the Duragar black magics, and we offered our assistance and our services in securing his ongoing life.
Ah. Where were you posted before there?
Yeah, here, there, and everywhere. I'm quite well travelled.
Oh. From
You
outside
know.
the 10 towns?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I'm quite well traveled myself, and I've talked to quite a few people. I've never heard the name of your mercenary outfit before.
Mercenary? No, you misunderstand. We don't do the work that we do for pay. We simply do it because it's the right thing to do.
Well,
No.
not all mercenary outfits do it for pay. Some of them just for pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to insight track that, please do.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
do.
I'll do
I
a
can see
roll for
Irilyssa
that.
going,
Yeah.
Insight.
Hold, please.
Can I Can I actually use detect thoughts to see what is on his most on his mind at the moment without probing further, so he can't tell I'm doing it?
You're gonna get this like layer of like nervous, like, oh no, oh no.
Oh god, oh god.
Oh god, oh god, oh. This is a bad idea. Bad idea.
All you're gonna get is the thoughts of.
He's got his motor running.
He's not a super suspicious person, but he's making himself suspicious.
Okay, so Vulwin, Tahko, Irilyssa, you all get that he's very earnest in what he's saying about doing this for the good of the region, the fight against the Duragar.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not a single trace of doubt or denial or deception in that.
Okay. Interesting.
And
interesting.
Irilyssa, detect thought. Sorry, Elora. Let's have a
That's
word.
Ah, secret.
Yeah.
Chat, private, secret stuff, so shh. Okay,
Oh.
so the thoughts of
Sorry.
Kadroth. Sorry, go on. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, continue. You're good.
Now the lighting's gone. Come on, camera, stop misbehaving. There we go. So the surface thoughts of Kadroth is kind of like, I hope I'm making a good impression. These
Okay.
people are important.
Okay. All right. That's good enough for me, honestly.
All right then.
Sounds good. Thanks. I know that was.
All right, we're back.
Hey, welcome back.
It was.
It's not enough time for us to speculate.
Right?
Well.
Well, if you had to make a vote now, who would you vote for?
Hang on, I've lost all of the videos.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Oh right.
we were asking
reviews.
where they were originated from. He's like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It was a fast
I don't know,
chat.
somewhere.
I like you're like outside of the 10 towns outside of the Dale. It's like, wow.
I mean, yes, he would have said somewhere down south. I don't know, like, the regions well enough to say for sure, but it's somewhere in
Okay.
the Sword Coast, not Icewind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably something
that's
like
cool.
Waterdeep or Neverwinter. I don't think it's actually
Yeah.
said.
Oh,
Water
he's just like
winter. Gotcha.
somewhere.
Water winter.
Sword Coast.
Never deep. Gotcha.
Yes.
Never. At least it's not always winter.
True.
Icewind
Oh my gosh,
Dale.
how ironic would that be to come from Neverwinter to
Always
Eternal Winter?
Just for that, he's from Neverwinter.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. So you were asking how would we stand with the different speakers? Well, honestly, it would entirely depend on their stance towards the Duragar. I'm not sure we could find our way to support those who wouldn't support the fight, and the more impassioned they are in taking the sword to our sworn enemies, the more we would see our way fit to support them.
Yeah,
Sure.
I can see that. They're not good for anyone.
No, exactly, and they're something of an intrinsic threat. They're able to essentially live amongst us all because the blighters are invisible. Yes, imagine that, invisible dwarves.
They
You'd be able to
are.
smell
You're
them.
right.
Invisible, size-changing dwarves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've seen you're good at killing them. I
Right.
saw their heads on pikes outside the town, but how does it make you good at finding them?
Well, I mean, we could find them for a start. We've uncovered a couple of ways that we can divine their exact locations, and we can act upon that information rather decisively.
Wonderful.
Right.
Have you conferred at all with the non-invisible shape-changing dwarves?
I can't say that we've had the pleasure, no.
Okay.
They might be able to help. Since, Dwarfs are dwarfs.
And
What does that even
we
mean?
certainly understand that the dwarves hold no particular liking for the Durgar. In fact, there's a bit of an animosity there. It's not a bad suggestion at all. Just need to find where they are.
I think I know where they are, but we haven't visited there ourselves either. And I've
Well,
heard
if
they
you-
haven't been in town in a
If
long
you swing
time.
by Caer Dineval, I'm sure we can send an emissary from the Black Knight, the Black Swords as well, along with you. It'll be a pleasure to meet them.
To meet.
The dwarves,
Yes.
dear boy. The dwarves!
Yeah. Sorry, we're
But-
talking about more than one type of dwarf here.
Yes, the evil ones and the not so evil.
Have you thought about allowing representatives from the other 10 towns into your, what would it be called? Keep?
No, inside the castle. Oh, I can't do that, dear boy. I can't do that. No. That would mean opening the door far too often. Don't want to be doing that. Anyone can sneak in.
I see.
True. With invisible enemies, you can't be too careful.
Exactly. And we like our sanctuary to be, well, sacrosanct. Yes.
Yeah, I hear you have rigorous standards for who can join up with you.
No, absolutely. We most thoroughly test and check every candidate who's brought before us.
What does
I
it take
see.
to be one of the Black Swords?
If the opportunity ever arose for you, you would know.
I see.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So some divine calling, huh?
You could say that.
A divine calling.
Well, yeah, like heroes work.
Much like our
I mean, how
cause.
else would you know, right?
How much do you know about the Durgar that are in Icewind Dale? Other than that they're a nuisance.
I know that they need to be destroyed. With great vigor.
I see.
Do you know about their Sunblight Fortress?
No. Well, what is this?
You have a map on you?
I have a map up here,
Okay.
and I also have a map here.
Okay.
So he rolls out a map. Or at least like
Oh.
a piece of paper that he can easily sketch where everything is.
Oh, I love he just tries to make a joke of it, and we all just kind of like stare at him like, really? And you go, yeah, uh-huh.
Right. A little bird told me, and by a little bird I mean a massive dragon, told me that their fortress is somewhere in the area of here, and I'll point on the map for him.
Well,
So no, we found a map.
map in a different Durgar fortress that showed us where it was first.
Oh,
but
well,
yeah.
I mean, the story sounds more interesting when you phrase it like that, but
Yeah.
it's just a piece of paper.
Just to be honest.
Yeah, it's most interesting. When we attacked their hideout on the ferry in East Haven, we did discover that there was a letter of some kind written to some king fellow chap, and talking about some kind of red dragon or something like that.
Oh,
Red
that's
dragon.
sad.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what did it say about it?
I would be most concerned if they have indeed managed to secure themselves the services of a red.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect a red to much care for the weather up here.
The
Well.
red dragonborn we've met don't like it around here.
Yeah.
Don't like it, but are still here.
Right.
Probably because I can't leave.
Maybe it's the same.
Not that
Certainly a
anybody
touch
could
chilly.
come or go.
You wouldn't want to see me when I'm out there bundled up with several different layers. It's pretty difficult for a tiefling as well.
Can imagine.
Must say it's much more cozy in here.
Do you know
Right.
the name of that dragon?
No, just know that he's a red and had something to do with the forge.
Oh,
Red
I
and
see.
forged.
That's starting to put two and two together, huh?
Right.
I mean, if you have any further information about this, I'm all ears.
Okay. We believe they're being controlled by Asmodeus, posing as Oral, tricking them into working for him.
Asmodeus, that old devil. Ah,
Right. That's
And
why
they're-
I
And
wondered
they're
if
eager,
you knew.
they're eager to work for Oral because she's blotting out the sun.
Right.
I mean, it would make rather more sense if they were somehow persuaded that Oral was somehow controlling them. I mean, they're stupid blighters.
I don't know. What do you know about Asmodeus? I
Well,
don't think...
I'm not sure how much we should talk of it here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Fair enough. Ears are always listening, aren't they?
Quite.
Well, if you ever want to stage a raid of this location, by all means, let us know. We might just join you.
Right.
We would be most honored to be fighting alongside the Dawnbringers. Yes, I will be sure to let you know if we undertake any offensive actions. I think that the first thing that we would need to do is appropriate reconnaissance and checking the place out.
Right.
Easier said than
Yeah.
done.
Yes, by the map you've drawn here, it seems quite the journey.
Yeah. And Vulwin's going to point to on the map to the northern side of the mountains, roughly about like tracing down from where like the farms are, like roughly down. Like you might want to go from this direction. We're passing through the farmlands. We actually spotted some tracks that we suspected might have been part of the Duergar.
Let me bring the map up again so everyone can see it.
Yeah, so he'll roughly map out somewhere. Let's just get a color that works. So that was the farmhouse right here. So like roughly, somewhere in this direction. I know he can't like fully point out. I think this is roughly that direction, like that northern area of the mountains. Where I
From
found the
south
tracks.
of East Haven.
I'm
Yeah.
a little bit surprised. It's quite a long way away from the picture of Sunblight who posted here.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it is a
Yeah, they
fortress.
might have more than one. You might want to send somebody out there to keep an eye on that place too. Like
Yeah,
you were saying, they have more than one place, but
And
yeah, he's basically pointing out a new location to them where they might have, something that's maybe not the Sunblight Fortress, but
it's interesting. We've actually heard some rumours that might be where the goblins are holed up in that particular mountain.
interesting. Maybe there were. I know there were Duergar attacks, and that'd be a long way from the Sunblight Fortress, all the way to East Haven.
It's entirely possible that there's another scouting party or something trying to find an alternative way into East Haven, and I can quite happily say that they didn't succeed. At least
Right.
not.
Well, let's put it this way. He sent a few scouts out there, take a look. Turns out to be goblins. You might have solved some of East Haven's troubles.
No,
I know you've
please,
got mid-station there.
do not take this the wrong way. We were absolutely going to be doing that. I was simply musing on it's more likely to be the goblins, but any lead is a lead that we will chase up. So invigorated are we by the potential of finding these blighters and extinguishing them. Yes, like a flame.
Right.
Yeah,
we don't
well,
want to extinguish flames. We want to keep them burning to beat back this cold.
Ah! Burning Duergar to beat back the cold. I might have to remember that.
Oh,
It's quite a good idea.
Dear. What have I done?
What have I done? Well, okay. It's good to have made your acquaintance.
No, absolutely. And believe me, the honour of having this opportunity to speak to you all, the most renowned Dawnbringers, it's an honour, truly. I'm happy that we are able to raise swords against the same common foe.
Yes. When we visit
Absolutely.
Caer Dinaval, we'll also pay a visit to you.
I am most
For sure.
appreciated to hear this. And with that, he rises from the chair, gives you all a bit of a bow, looks you all over once, and then gives you a smile, and starts making his way from the tavern.
Okay.
yeah. Well, he's interesting.
Yeah,
Man,
what's
he
there's a
really
human-
wanted to make a good impression on us.
Yeah, there's a human term
yeah.
for that. He's a pont, I think is what it's called.
Is that what it's called? I don't know. He was really worried about it.
Hmm.
You know, the circles I run in, they call him, you know. Nah, never mind.
Is it in Yeti language?
No, I don't run in those kinds of circles.
I don't know. What kind of circles do you run?
We run from those kinds of circles.
That we
Groups,
at least
other,
attempt to.
other mercenary groups, you know. Came from the Lonely Wood.
Oh, so yeah, sorry.
Well, I think he should have taken the opportunity to for diplomacy before this meeting coming up.
Yeah, I did the mind thing. Just that's why I said that. You know, he really wanted to make a good impression on us.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't
Gotcha.
just saying that from my own perspective.
I see. Okay.
Well, I'm sure he was happy to hear that we didn't have any love for the Duergar either.
Yeah.
We
Right.
seem to make that abundantly clear.
Yes.
Very.
Seems his only position is reliant on the Duergar, which is understandable.
If
Yeah.
if it takes a divine intervention to become part of the Black Swords, what kind of god do they worship? Right?
Asmodeus.
Could
Well, it
be.
wouldn't make much sense.
Well, if he's playing both ends, then he's in full control, isn't he?
I don't know what
I
kind of god he is, but
Still
I hope
don't
not.
understand this divine stuff, but what I have learned is seems that gods and goddesses are fickle creatures.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the
That's
very
true.
least, well, you know, they talked about being able to sense the Duergar. Or at least find a way to sense them. Did I hear that right?
What's bothering you, Irilyssa?
I mean,
Calling
Irilyssa can
all
be-
gods and goddesses fickle creatures?
Oh no.
I mean,
Uh,
for what I've seen, could be the case.
It does seem that this
you do realize that I am a high priestess to Saloon, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
You are
I-
directly
you're-
insulting me by saying
Well,
that, right?
I'm not
And I
insulting you. It's just, you know, your
appreciate and
goddess seems to have
recognize
certain whims.
the kindness of the Morning Lord. But you know, I can't
mean-
expect all gods to be
Yeah.
like that.
I'm just saying, all gods have their own whims. I'm not saying it's a bad or good thing.
Have I not been nothing but kind to all of you?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just
Have I
saying.
not
yeah.
healed every single one of your wounds?
You have, yes.
Yeah. And, did
Yeah.
And
mankind,
yet you
we
still
helped you
call
out.
me fickle.
Not
Not
you.
you.
You
Not
call
you.
my
Not.
goddess fickle.
Well, she
I
could
never
be
said the
feeding all
word
of the 10
fickle.
towns with her moon cheese, but she doesn't.
Tahko, you know nothing of my goddess. And for someone who worships a secret keeper, you sure do spill a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
Was the moon cheese a secret?
Yeah.
No, the moon cheese.
Uh,
I've had enough of this for today.
I think you take our
If you
comment on
need
the
me-
gods seriously.
If you need me, I will be at the Morning Lord's Chapel. Goodbye. And she
Okay.
gets up, leaves, and she slams the door behind her.
Irilyssa, no.
You know, we cut a lizard that was gonna kill her out of her. You think she'd be more thankful?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh.
Still don't understand this whole divine
You
thing.
didn't do shit.
Min did
Killed
it.
it. I killed it. That's how I got my nickname.
There are many mysteries.
No, I know it wasn't you.
There are many mysteries up here in the frozen north, but no mysteries of how to make Irilyssa angry.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
I guess the gods have been kind to Irilyssa.
Hmm.
Well, it is good.
So, like I said, they're just not that they're fickle, I suppose, but they have their whims.
They have that thing that they really like. It feels like, and then they really want that thing to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's understandable.
Yeah, I guess we're like that too, right?
Yeah, everybody's got that.
Well, anyway, she'll be okay probably. She just needs time.
Yeah.
Her mood could be a bit fickle.
Says
Much
the
like-
mood killer.
Much like the phases of the moon.
Get up.
Okay, I'm done now.
It's a good thing she's not around to hear any of that.
Raj's just taking notes, not healing you, not healing you, not
She's not
healing
here.
you,
She's not
not
here.
healing you.
Not sharing moon cheese with anybody.
That was the real secret.
Right?
So you guys spend a couple more hours talking about how fickle various gods and goddesses are, and looking towards the
one.
doorway to see if Irilyssa returns at all. Does Irilyssa return at all?
No.
And one of those times that you look towards the door, a large frame fills the space as the door is yanked open. And with just a few strides, this character is by the bar. Scramshacks! You old booze bucket! Fill me up! Come on, come on, come on! It is in fact Trovis. He has finally arrived.
Yay.
And
Hooray!
Scramshax, at seeing Trovis arrive, basically just ignores whichever customer he was serving, rushes over to where he is and just like gives him a big pat on the shoulder, holds it for a second. One booze bucket for you, old buddy. Coming right up. And with that, he kind of goes onto the table, pulls up a literal bucket, and then just starts pouring different bottles into the bucket, and then holding it under the tap, like draining one of the taps almost to emptiness. Here you go, old thing.
What? Is this like the first time we've ever seen Scramshax like smile or be happy or anything?
Yes. And for you, especially Elora, having worked here, this is the happiest you've ever seen Scramshax. He seems genuinely pleased to see Trovis.
He's about to be able to put another kid through college.
Right. Guess I would be happy to see my best customer as well.
Interestingly, no money seems to pass between them.
Oh, really?
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rip college tuition.
Right.
Zagrax, go say hi.
Okay.
I mean, you are like carrying his weapon and everything.
He's carrying his own weapon now.
And you do see that he does have a big hilt that seems to be sticking out from behind one shoulder. The cloak is kind of pushed aside to make space for this thing. It's pretty big.
Is that Trovis I hear?
Is that Zagrax I hear?
I'll get up and go and do the whole bro handshake thing.
He returns the bro handshake thing, holding the bucket pretty carefully as he's doing so. And a little bit does slop out the side, and he immediately like releases it and starts trying to lick the drops that have spilled out.
I have to say, this is the first time I've seen a, what do you call it, a booze bucket?
Yeah. Scramsax and I came up with it when we were adventuring through the tundra together.
Ah.
Those were the days.
Oh. This is the first I've heard that Scramshax used to be an adventurer.
Oh yeah, it's how he raised the money to buy this place.
I always figured his feet were rooted somewhere behind the bar back there.
No. Part of the reason he took to booze so well is because he took to booze while he was an adventurer. I'd like to think I taught him.
Wouldn't be surprised if you did.
I probably did. So, what brings you all to Bryn Shander?
Oh, the same reason you're here.
Ah, yeah, the Speaker's Council. Yeah, it should be an interesting time, if you like talking. Well, you mind if I join you all? It's been a long road.
Yeah.
Muscles
By all
are aching
means.
a bit. Need a bit of a refill.
Right.
Did you know your friend behind the bar there before his injury?
No, I did. Not sure when exactly he got the injury. He ran with another company, but we ran a few adventures together.
Oh, that's great.
I've never heard of someone who had their name mangled before.
It is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? I'm not sure how exactly he got it, but he does have a big sax, which is like a big sword knife thing.
Oh,
Yeah, that might be how he got it, actually, thinking
I see.
about it.
That makes a bit more sense.
Yeah, I think he probably scrambled a few brains with his old sax.
Gotcha. I see.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, you know, Elora worked for him.
No, did you? How was that then?
Oh, I did. Well, it was
Sure.
fine.
So you were fired.
Well,
You
I
were
was
fired?
fired because, well,
By
I was
him?
let go. I was let go. I was not fired. I mean, I guess I was fired.
Hey, Scramshax! How'd you let her go?
I just didn't.
She was always
She's
gone,
like-
you know how adventurers are. Yeah, actually I do.
Yeah, exactly. You know. But Scramsex was great. Let me stay in the attic. Had a room, paid for room and board.
Free room, board and booze. Sounds like
Yep.
life to me.
Couldn't
sure.
complain.
Not sure he'd let me do that though.
I think
you might.
knowing you drink him out of his establishment.
But I could tell him that his booze is good. I do have me uses.
True.
And speaking of being useful, what are you lot doing these days? Glad to see you're all still here. Wait, no you're not.
Well,
That's what I'm missing.
oh, Irilyssa is still around. She's just at the house of the Morning Lord.
And with that, he blanches a little bit. It's like, oh boy, I didn't realise it was that bad. Well, better get to a
no,
memory then,
we were-
shouldn't we?
Oh no, she's alive. She's visiting, like physically there, alive.
You know, pray.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
not dead then.
No,
No.
she's not dead.
No.
Well, you know what that means.
No.
We should toast to her being alive. Ha ha!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. She's more alive than she's ever been.
Yeah, I have a feeling that at this point in time, we're the ones closer to death than she is.
To Irilyssa, make her
Yeah.
fire
To
never go out.
Irilyssa.
Yeah.
Into that.
Irilyssa.
But no, yeah, we've been good. We've had some strange encounters with
Everything.
sky
Yeah.
ships and
You know,
trolls and
Dragons
Yeah.
and
Durgar dragons. Yeah, everything.
I honestly can't name a single thing since the last time we've seen you that isn't abnormal.
Land shark.
Land sharks. Yeah,
that is
It's been-
abnormal, though.
Nah,
That's
it's
very
been
abnormal.
pretty
not up in the mountains.
crazy.
So land
No,
sharks,
even more so.
dragons, airships,
Oh, hags.
Snails.
hags. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So which was
Cackling
the most fun
dogs.
to kill?
No, I don't.
I hit the
don't
land
know.
shark with a carrion crawler.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he stuffed it right in its mouth.
Yup.
Just- Nice.
Even I was impressed.
He doesn't get impressed very often.
That itself, I guess,
But
is
not by
impressive.
Tahko.
That's also true.
You know what we should do? We should drink to Vulwin being impressed.
Oh man, this is gonna become a repeat
I
of
mean,
last night.
It's not an uncommon occurrence, but sure.
And whenever he's calling for a drink, are you guys drinking?
Yeah.
Maybe at
Taking a
first.
sip of
Yeah,
our
for
drink.
for
You're
the
taking
first
like a
one.
tiny sip.
When I do it, I'll take like sips. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
those
We're
of
not
you who are
trading
not
a
just
bucket.
taking sips, con saves.
I was gonna say the first one was definitely a toast, hooray, and then the normal drink a bit, and then afterwards it's like smaller, and then it's like, okay, if he's doing this regular sip.
Yeah,
Sip.
we're moderating the amount that he's gonna go by and trying to
Yep.
match it at smaller measure.
Oh, he's not reducing the measures. Like every time he calls for a
Oh no, he's
toast,
not.
you just like see not the base of the bucket because it's still pretty full, but you hear like a.
I've already failed that save once this week. I'm good.
Yeah, so you're still hungover right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, this is the next day, and it's like 7 o'clock in the evening, so you're probably.
Oh,
okay.
that's true. Yeah, another
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, I don't want to get blitzed every night.
And I should mention it is like 7 o'clock the next evening now.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, how's our injured climber friend doing?
Oh yeah, how is he doing?
Yeah. Did he ever make it back to his to town, to Targos?
Or does he just live
He's
there now?
staying in Cairconing for the moment. His injuries were pretty bad, but he seems to be recovering. He actually
great.
took some of the dogs out for a bit of a sled the other day. It was good to see.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good to hear. Wonderful.
Yeah, so he's definitely got you guys to thank for bringing him back safe.
Mm-hmm.
Work you do is good. Remember that.
Will do.
So, what do you think of the other louts who are here for the speakers thing? You heard from any of the nominees?
Yeah, we've talked to all of them, actually.
That must have been fun.
Well,
I'm
So
quite
far.
fond of Irilyssa.
Oh yeah, why is that?
She seems the most humble, has the least to gain.
Gotta have
It's
a
from
bit
Good
of-
Mead.
she really took care of Goodmead after she was put into power.
That's a good reason.
She has mead.
Some of the best.
So you reckon if I voted for her, she'd, hook me up?
Mm-hmm.
Standing ovation.
Well, I think part of the plans is to increase trade routes, so
Yeah.
Yes?
Get the
Hard-
good mead out to the good towns.
The mead can
believe-
flow
yeah.
straight to your home.
Yep.
Mhm.
Part of her platform is getting the mead flowing again.
That's a good platform.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that we're like talking like small talk of it, and his eyes are just glassing over, and then Vulwin goes, "She's from Goodmead," and he just locks on.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm glad he's really, paying attention to the issues at hand.
Oh, heck yeah!
Oh,
And what about the others? Duvesa
Well,
and Max.
well,
uh,
Duvesa says that she couldn't have been doing more because her hands were tied, but if you need something done, you do it and deal with it afterwards.
Perhaps a bloody lootly. I mean, look, when you
Yeah.
guys came up to Cairconing, I had my responsibilities. I wanted to swing my hammer, so I did.
By the way, your hammer has done wonders.
I'm very happy to hear that. So he's been properly baptized then.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Very much so.
And as for the other fellow, he's a bit showy and a bit shady.
yeah, he's the one that brought that airship. You probably saw it coming in.
There's an airship.
Yeah. If you look up outside, you'll see it.
Right up out of the center of town.
Oh, outside. Yeah, I'll have a look a bit later.
Yeah,
I
outside.
mean, you could probably see it from the doorway.
Nope.
But,
If you were standing
take
at
our
the
word
doorway.
for it.
Right. But yeah, I think that he also wants the 10 towns to be safe, but he's trying to make a big show of his power. And I just don't know if there's any actual plans beyond that point.
If you
Well,
can summon
So
an
I
airship.
can almost
he has-
guarantee there's plans.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's just
Well, he says he has
what
no
are those,
plans.
Yeah. What are those
Right.
plans?
He said we have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone who calls on an airship from a whole other place doesn't have no plans.
What?
I'm
Have
sure
that
he has
long-
plans. I'm just not sure if they will all benefit the 10 towns. Some of it will likely benefit himself.
That's pretty normal, isn't it? Same reason I want this deal with Goodmead.
Well, yeah,
Ambition.
but all of
personal
us,
ambition.
she's not looking to benefit herself, just the 10 towns. That's why I think she'd be the best for it. She's not bringing an ego in.
Sometimes you need a bit of an ego. Shows you got character.
True, but this other fella's a bit... I don't know. He works through informants and has a sort of secretiveness to him, and the way he runs his town.
You know,
He knows more than you'd figure anybody should.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know, Trovis, when she was looking to become speaker after the previous speaker died, there was another person that wanted to be speaker of Goodmead, and her show of charisma forced him right out of town.
It's a pretty good show, so she talks good. She fight.
No. Probably can't
She
fight
doesn't-
lick.
Fight, but she's good at organizing people in the right positions where they need to go.
She did organize to bring strength to her town.
She
to
did
make
do
sure it's
that.
protected.
Yeah,
That's important.
they got a standing force now.
Got to keep the people safe. It's a foremost responsibility for a speaker.
Yep.
Right. Well, I'm gonna have another drink.
All right.
Okay, go for it. Slurping. It's more just impressive to watch him.
Right.
It is like you've
You
seen
know-
him knock drinks back, obviously when you travelled with him, but this is a different level.
It's an actual bucket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is an actual
You know.
bucket.
Just pouring it into
Zagrax,
himself.
you got a lot to aspire to.
Yeah, well, I can teach you.
Yeah. Maybe another day, but it'll take me many lifetimes to reach your level.
What points they're planning for another day? You might not be around to see it. Hey, Scramsacks! Get us another little bucket. Scramsacks comes back over with like a bucket which is like half the size of what Trovis is currently drinking and puts it in front of you, Zagrax.
Are you ready,
Is
Zagrax?
the thing tomorrow?
Yes.
Uh,
Let your training begin. Cheers. Con save. If you're drinking.
Fuck.
You did.
That was a D2.
yeah, I know. It was
Yeah.
a 50-50. 1 no, 2 yes.
Fair
And
enough.
an amazing con roll as well.
Pain.
You do manage to get about 3/4 of the way through the bucket before you're forced to give up by vomiting loudly and plentifully under the table in front of you, where you suddenly realise that you are curled up under the table with no memory of how long you have been curled up under the table.
Perfect. Well, we're
Oh,
gonna need a bucket of a
Zagrax.
different kind now.
And Elora, Tahko, Vulwin, give me a deck save.
Oh, no.
Uh,
16.
let's see.
Yep.
Tahko gotta sit.
Mm.
8.
Oh, you grab onto my leg.
Volwyn.
Oh, sorry. That was a GM roll. Sorry, that was a
but
1,
you got
guys.
That one, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Zagrax grabs onto my leg.
You'd kind of not exactly kicked your boot off, but you know how sometimes you kind of like relax it, so you're kind of leaning on the heel as opposed to in the heel. You're kind of doing that, and then suddenly the boot's just snatched from you, and Zagrax vomits loudly into it.
Zagrax!
It's
I'll
just vomit
kick him with
sounds.
the other boot.
Take
In
3
doing
points of
that,
bludgeoning
it prob-
damage.
It's not intentional. I kind of actually fall back on my seat a bit when I'm doing that.
Yeah,
just
and you
kick-
do. I was gonna say you probably do that, and then in the process of puking the boot, you just kick and just it aims up now and it's puking onto your legs.
No, it hits underneath the table, so the underside of the table is just coated.
I was going to say, kicking someone while they're vomiting will probably make them vomit more as well. So,
Yeah. It's probably accidentally just your face too, so it's like, oh no.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, that's the end of the night for me.
Vomiting and has a bloody nose now. Sick.
And that is indeed the end of this session. So when we start tomorrow, it will be 10 a.m., which is when the meeting convenes.
All right.
Unless there was
Wonderful.
anything else you wanted to do.
No.
Not die
It's good.
of
Clean my
alcohol
boots.
poisoning.
I'm happy to see Trovo.
That's okay. I'll walk you around.
So yeah,
I'm sure
Zagrax,
an
make note that
assassination
you
at
will,
this point.
you will very much have disadvantage on checks. Your 1 point of poisoning.
I feel like
Poison.
Irilyssa would walk back in at that moment.
Oh,
Zagrax is
100%.
throwing up,
Oh yeah.
and then she'd just look up at the full moon and just point up at it, and then go up, then go to bed.
Okay then.
It literally nails both. Oh my lord, how freaking beautiful.
And with
Beautiful.
that, we will end the session for today.
That's good.
Thank you, everyone. That was
Thank
awesome.
you. Oh man.
So, chat, I am now reading chat. If you have any questions or anything for us, now's your chance.
Yeah.
I'm
Do we have any
gonna go
shout
get
out?
a mop
We
bucket.
do. Zaint Subani, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Then we got Warbird coming in with a new 3-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that, Warbird. We've got Hoss, which I think is a bot. Thank you for the follow. Evil by Moonlight coming in with a 3-month resub. How's it been 3 months already? I know, crazy. And then
It
Twin
really
Sniper
has
with a new follow. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
Try.
It has
Even
been
when-
good fun.
Saloon is insulted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice. We're at 101 followers.
Oh,
Great.
jeez, nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yay.
Wow. Thank you.
Now we can't get any more.
Oh no.
Sure we can.
We can.
I'll keep going until we get 42069.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
And by that
followers.
That's
Nice.
a lot of followers.
That's a lot of followers, yeah.
We get there, we can celebrate.
We
We'll
get
have a
anywhere
whole
close
series
to that,
of
we can
drinking
celebrate.
contests, Yeah.
Yeah. I'll lose
It's a
that, by the
trophy.
way. 100%.
Yeah.
You're training, you're getting better. You know, statistically, I think you have lost most of the drinking contests.
Yeah, statistically, yes.
Well, yeah. I've gotten in the most, I think.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Yeah.
I mean, a drink off
Haven't
against
learned.
Dwarfs, that's only going to go one way.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Pretty much.
Even though all we did was talk this session, I think it was nice because we saw a lot of people we hadn't talked to in a while, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we had a lot of interesting information.
you got to meet a couple of new people as well.
Yeah.
Allow me to do
Yeah.
that voice, which is always fun.
Right. It was good.
That is good. Yeah, we also found out that Avarice isn't technically part of them, but is staying there.
That was a
Yeah.
big surprise, actually.
Actually, my
Nice.
favorite new
Nice.
information is that the gargoyles are named Gargle and Gurgle.
True.
Oh my.
That is very good information.
Mm.
Yes.
The most important information, game changing, if you will.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I mean, I really like it.
Hands down.
It sounds like some mascots for teaching kids to brush their teeth.
Right.
It might be.
Don't worry, Mordred. We're taking important notes about this session. Everything that important happened, we have it.
All the political stuff, gargle and gurgle, that's important.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
We're gonna be at the council meeting. We're gonna stand up and be like, "We
Where's
nominate
Gargle and Gurgle?"
Gargle.
Gargle, gurgle.
Let
And
them
the
watch
booze
over the
bucket.
10 towns."
Yep, they're getting voted to be the new speakers because they're
Mhm.
literally watching over the towns.
Yeah.
So, chat, do you have any questions for us, or shall we call it here?
Maybe.
Woo! What you got, Chad?
Woo.
Oh,
If anything.
If
It's pretty late in
Yeah, it
Europe,
is.
so
I recognise that it is
Yeah.
later than usual.
yeah.
indeed.
Oh, well. Been real
Oh,
quick.
all right, then. In that case, I will say thank
Okay
you
with that.
everyone for watching. If you have enjoyed this,
Yes.
hit that follow button if you haven't done so already, so you get notifications when we go live again in the future, which will be, I believe, next Sunday.
Yep.
Sometime.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm available.
That was persuasive.
I had to figure out what day it was. Yes.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday. Sunday.
Sunday.
D&D.
Just in Clifford.
If you have really enjoyed this,
Look
then
at
do
now,
consider
Expo.
hitting that subscribe button so the channel can be supported. And otherwise, you can find the previous episodes over on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/MordredViking. Anyway, that's it from me. That's it from us, and we will see you next time. Until then, bye.
Woo!
Bye.
Goodbye.